Yo, yo, good morning. Good morning, yo, yo. Fucking tired. Oh, 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 oh. Um. Time is it? 7:40? Thursday. Oh my god. Alright. 7:40 on a Thursday it is. Time to do something. 7:40. Early. Human hours. Maybe inhuman hours. Yo, yo. Good morning, yo, yo. These fucking gloves are too big. Oh my god. Trident. It's a dwarven trident. Poseidon dwarf. It's a big spear. Big troll spear. I sent some photos from Japan's store to Discord. Oh, you're in Japan right now? That's cool. I'll take a look. Yeah, Warhammer is pretty big in Japan right now. It's like only a natural thing that Japanese find Warhammer, because like it's such a hobby haven. Like I think GW wants to do more with Japan. They've realized there's a lot of like fans over there, and that's cool. Yeah, you're good. I'll take a look. I'll take a look in a few minutes. It's cool though. Don't they have different stock in Japan? Not different stock. You can technically get it anywhere, but like, don't they have what's the word? Don't they have like Titans and things at that store? Pretty sure they do, no? A lot of shit, yeah. All the Forge World stuff. Did you end up buying anything? Oh, gotcha. That's cool. It's not the Japanese exclusive. It's just it's the same thing. When you go to like hobby stores, you're compelled to buy something. It's like I could get this 5 minutes from home, or I can get this in a different country, and it's the same thing. Technically, if you're in Australia, though, it's cheaper. Like in Japan, I'm sure it's much cheaper. It's funny. Self-restraint is hard. Yeah, it's a lot cheaper. There's a lot of like import and taxes and things in Australia. You just get fucked. Everywhere in the world is cheaper than Australia for Warhammer. Always. Maybe what's worse, Australia or New Zealand? That's a question. Australia is cheaper than New Zealand? Delve, hello, sir. Yeah. This hobby ain't no joke. Cheap alcohol. Well, if you do drink and you go there, get drunk with fucking Rohan. Let's go look at the pictures. Oh, yeah, big AOS board. Displays. I'm surprised more GW stores don't have displays that show you minis, like, right next to them. Like, that would be a fucking easy selling point. That would be such an easy thing to do. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, this is like what Japan's flag store. Yeah, they've got like Warhammer World things. They have like the fucking Realm of Chaos reprints. Yeah, that's cool. I'm assuming this is the GW flag store, correct? This stuff you got, dungeons and lasers, Seraphon stuff, kill team. That's cool. You have the Japanese kill team box, the exclusive. That's fun. The yeah, that store, if you lived close by to that store, that'd be awesome. It looks like there's shit going on 24/7, which is great. Oh, is it really 10 a.m.? Are they showing end time stuff? 10 a.m. So that's like 2 hours from now. Really? It stays open late? That is cool, yeah. I feel like... What? Is that in Tokyo? I feel like for big touristy areas, maybe, or like downtown, stores probably wouldn't close too early. Maybe I'm wrong, though, because, again, the culture there is so different. It's always, like, super go, go, go. I actually got to the store when they were displaying the minis, which helped me not buy them. Really? They just looked ugly? You're like, you know, maybe they don't look as good? I feel like you should still show the product, you know what I mean? It's like you should know what you're paying for. Which I guess these days that's all you see, because like every GW box just has the product on it, but like I really like the old school stuff. That was fun. The artwork. Yo, good morning. It's in Akihabara? Yeah. Well, that's like the one place to be if you're in Japan. Just go to Akihabara. The Tigerman one? Oh, yeah, we'll take a look. Where the fuck were the Tigermen from again? Do like a Google search. Where were the Tigermen from? Is it Koresh? The Koreshi Tigermen? Oh, Ind. Okay, there you go. Well, that would be an interesting fucking chain of events if they actually came out with Ind then. Because you're missing quite a few eastern, like, southern, easterny kingdoms. Ind is one of them. Koresh. Nippon, which is just Japan. You're missing a few, like, very cool things that they could do a lot with. I'd love to see an Ind army. Fucking flying carpets and everything. That'd be so fun. I'd never buy it, but, like, that'd be cool. No, I'm using water and stuff. There's no, like, particles or anything. It's totally fine. I'm not really breathing either. Like, if my face was to the table, I'd be like, mm. Sorry, Araby, yes, Araby. Funnily enough, Gotrek and Felix were in Araby. Well, technically they were all over the Eastern Kingdom, but Yeah, there you go. Araby would be it. It's all those microplastics in my brain controlling me. Gotta respond to something. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. I did hear about that game coming out. Yeah, I did hear about that. I was in a GameStop, and I'm like, the Sero shit is everywhere. Like, they were advertising the hell out of it. So you know the game sucks. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen anything on it, so I don't trust anything at GameStop. GameStop's cursed. Tuber closer. They are very cursed. Man. We're good. We're gonna be we might watch the fuck, he was just talking about it. The Total War Creative Assembly reveals, maybe. Depending on how long I'm on this morning. I do want to get this done and then I have to kind of go. But it'd be nice to watch those and then chill with League in the afternoon, so we're good. It should be the ZV10. It's the ZV-E2. Yeah, it's the second version. It's the Sony ZV-2. It's not really a cheap camera, but it's unironically, they're beginner camera for, like, content creators or some shit. This is our beginner camera. $1,000. Beginner, by the way. It's like, what are you smoking? What is blood smoking? Typical Sony product. This is just a... This is a Vault Warden spear. I think it has a name. I forgot what name it was called. The Torzkul? Tuzkul? It's like Troll Slayer or something. Big troll spear. Well, you can get cheaper cameras. I mean, technically, this camera is for work. Like, technically, this stream is work for me. Technically. But it's also just a hobby. So, for me, it made sense to get a camera like this, and not to mention everyone was very kind to, like, kind of fund it. But you don't really need a good camera, man. You don't need something like this to do this on stream. You can get a webcam. Literally a webcam. Like a $100 webcam, if you put it close enough and you set the focus, can give you really good results. Not yet, no. It's still on the menu, I just don't know when. It was supposed to be this year. So we don't know when. You need to set the manual focus, but you also have to put it close. The biggest thing is pushing it closer to the desk because it doesn't have a good zoom. Webcams have horrible zoom. When I was using a webcam, it was basically right here. Like, if my piece is here, the webcam's like, I don't know, 6 inches from it, maybe? Something like that, like if you just did this. Yeah, it's got to be pretty close. You can't have it at all further away. That was the reason I never enjoyed using a webcam. The biggest strength of actual cameras is the fact that you can keep them so far away because they have good lenses. All that magnification definitely helps. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You have to kind of leave it... You have to leave it in a certain location and then work at it that way. Autofocusing on webcams are pretty shit. I don't even use autofocus. I use set focus. So, like, I just leave the focus here, and then I have to kind of keep it at this distance. If I move it away, it'll get... See? Yeah. Autofocusing is certainly a big thing when it comes to cameras, and the shittier the camera, the shittier the autofocus. Normally, when it comes to autofocusing, you're not technically trying to center on something with Warhammer. Or, sorry, typically, because, like, if you have a camera and the autofocus is set and you're just sitting there in a chair, it's a lot easier. But if you're trying to pinpoint something smaller, I mean, it could latch onto this, it could latch onto something different. You just kind of need to set it and forget it. Yeah, I've used a webcam for a bit. I wasn't really a fan of it. An actual camera is way better, but again, it's like 10 times the price. Well, if you're using OBS, you can tweak everything in OBS. That's how you change your camera settings. All the settings for the webcam are in OBS. You right-click the camera, and then you do properties, and then you'll have your camera controls, and you can change it. You should be able to get it to focus. Yeah, all webcams should have that in OBS. When it comes to cameras, it'll be on the camera itself, but webcams are kind of like built in. They're more integrated, so you just manage everything from that. Some settings are grayed out. It's weird. They should be there, though. If you check properties, most of them should be there. I'm not sure why they wouldn't be. Yeah, you're good, man. No worries. Same old, same old. Specifically on this stream, it'll always be the same old, same old. We're just doing things. We're just cleaning up minis, chilling. Not much happens on this stream. We just chill here. Otherwise, I'd say probably nothing has happened either. We're just still chilling. We are chilling. We're going to do variety on the weekend. I'm excited because we're starting Dying Light 2, and Dying Light 2 has a bad rep. And I don't think it'll be nearly as bad because everyone blows things out of the water. It's not going to be bad. Yeah, chill streams are great. When you're doing Warhammer, all it can be is a chill stream. There's nothing crazy about this. It's just working away at something. Yeah, they fixed it over the years. Yeah, I hope so. I guess we'll see. We're starting it probably Saturday. Pretty interested to see where it goes. Has anyone been seeing those new grots they've been showing for the new Armageddon box? I don't know if I'm sold on them. I kind of don't like the look of them. Like, they're nice, but they need big ears. The ears are so strange looking. Like, I guess that was more of a way to make them look weedier. But they got some funky looking ears. But everything else about them looks pretty good. They're like a clear, obvious reference to, like, 2nd edition stuff. But those, like, weird ears. A grot, Gretchen. It's like the orc goblins. I think most people like them as well outside of the ears. I'm not sure. From what I've seen, people thought they were good. Excluding the ears. Crazy that we'd even get new grots. I thought the older ones were pretty good, no? But I guess new aesthetic. New aesthetic. Yeah, I think most people would want ears on them too. Yeah. I do think they look good though. Yeah. The fidelity of the new ones, I mean, they're very, very crisp. They're very crisp. They're all like CAD designed. The older ones were hand sculpted. You can certainly get that feel from them. Yeah, they're crisp. They would, yeah. I think I saw someone point out they look a little bit like the Hobgrots. Like, very weedy, like, shitty facial features. Like, just toned down. I'm like, yeah, they kind of look that way. But again, they're grots. They're meant to be, like, the lowest form of, like, thing in orc society outside of snotlings. Now all we need is plastic snotlings that are not from Blood Bowl. Yeah, I paint stuff. I've only really been painting one-off, like, little fun projects. I haven't really painted an army in a while, but I do paint things. Homesick. Want to work on my Necrons and play Minecraft. You're traveling though, no? Isn't that fun? Everyone gets homesick. I'm sure everyone does, but, you know. I will eventually paint an army. I'm probably going to do these guys first, the Khazad-dûm army, just because it's like the most nostalgic dwarf thing for me, but yeah. I just want to be building a lot of my shit. It either sits in a box and collects dust, or it gets busted out and finished. And I have a lot of stuff that's been sitting in boxes for a very long time that I fortunately did not sell when I sold most of my shit. Which is lovely. So I just want to build first. Jesus. You're there? Why are you there for 4 weeks? What, are you living there now? What's going on? I don't think I've ever seen someone stay in a different country for 4 weeks if you're visiting. Jeez. Or maybe you're not visiting. Are you stranded there? Oh, gotcha. I mean, that's a little weird, though. 4 weeks? Holy shit. Oh, gotcha. Star Wars Day. That's cool. Never sold stuff on eBay. If you don't want to go to eBay because eBay will take fees, just sell it locally, man. Go on, like, Facebook Marketplace and deal with lowballers. Oh my god, Mr. Millionaire. Hold on, where's my $2,000 chef knife? Jeez. Listen, I'll take Smaug. I'm your favorite streamer, which is not your brother, and I'm not getting married. I will accept Smaug. Smog Fund. That's cool, man. That's awesome. Well, hopefully he uses it. I mean, I'd be scared to use a $2,000 chef knife. If I was the GOAT, I think you'd want to use it, but, like, imagine breaking that fucking thing. For 2,000 bucks, that thing sits on display. You're like, I could use it, and I could become a Michelin star chef, but I choose not to. Isn't it nice to look at? You'd probably be able to cook anything at that point. You could be welcomed into Dwarven society. How pristine that knife is. How next level the skills are. He's getting there. What's the logic behind the price of 40K? They own the market, and it's not made in China. That's basically it, I'd say. They own the market, and it's not made in China. That's about where I'd be. You know, there's so many other things I'm sure that go into it, but like, yeah, 40K is really expensive. I'll say this. Warhammer is cheap-ish if you don't play the game. It's like any other hobby. It's like buying a console. It's expensive. It is expensive, but it is cheaper if you don't play the game. But that doesn't mean it's cheap. If you decide to play the game, that's where all your money goes. Because the game is just like, buy 20 of the same box. Oh, this list no longer works? Okay, let's pivot and buy 20 of the new box. The game is what's expensive. Buying a one-off mini and spending weeks painting it and building it and doing all these different things, like, that's your money's worth, for sure. The game is how GW gets you, and a lot of it is marketed towards the game because every army is playable. Yeah. Well, you could try, if you want cheaper Warhammer and you just want to do it for fun, try eBay, man. Try eBay, try local listings. You don't have to buy an army from scratch. There's things called combat magazines as well, or combat patrol magazines, I believe is what it's called, and it's centered around, like, beginners. As an example, if you walk into a Games Workshop, you could probably buy a character mini for about 50 bucks. The combat magazine, or the combat patrol magazine, they give it to you for, like, what, 6 bucks? Some nonsense. Got some minis off eBay? Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. There's a lot of ways. eBay, local listings, friendly game stores. If you go to Games Workshop, you'll pay full price. Necrons are hard to paint? Hell no. Maybe all of their, like, plasma weird weaponry. If you want to go all in with, like, the blending and everything, maybe, but the overall body of a Necron is just kind of metallics. The metallics are notoriously easy if you're just going to go with, like, true metallic stuff. GW has a pretty good profit margin, yes. So, yeah, they have agreements with Games Workshop to basically sell you products for cheaper. The local gaming stores that you'll find should all give you those discounts. It might vary from country to country, but it'll always be cheaper going to a local gaming store than a Games Workshop. I do both. I like the guys who work at my Games Workshop, and I don't mind supporting them. But I also like discounted Warhammer. So I support both. If I didn't like the people who worked at Games Workshop, I wouldn't go there, to be honest. But the guys who work locally are cool. Southern Italy, so it's hard to find a local shop. Yeah, well, you might get lucky, though. There may be, like, a little dinky hole-in-the-wall type of, like, store. I was in the middle of the woods a long time ago when I was a child. We had a cottage. We still have a cottage, like a family wood gathering hut. And in the middle of the woods, they had fucking Warhammer. There used to be a hobby store in a little town in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. And that was the coolest place growing up as a kid. Like, I gotta go there. Yeah, it was the craziest thing. They had like I think 1 or 2 tables to play, and they had like corn berserk. They had everything like the old corn berserkers, orc boys, fucking just fantasy Lord of the Rings. It was weird to see that. It was so cool. You know, typically with cottages, you're dealing with nature and trails and things, and you're meant to get out and do stuff. And these guys are just sitting indoors, and I'm like, yep, that's it. I remember also one of the coolest things ever. We were in the U.S. driving down to Florida for like a vacation when I was really young. And I think we got caught in a snowstorm somewhere. And we had to go to a hotel in the middle of the snowstorm because we just couldn't keep driving. And so we stayed there, and across the street was a strip plaza. And there was maybe like 2 or 3 stores. It wasn't really big. It was a nothing. Like a little convenient nothing store. And I think they had like a Video 3000 or something in the US. It was a brand of like movie rental stores. And they had Games Workshop stuff at that place. And I remember specifically buying the Space Marine assault bike when they used to come in packs of 1 and they had like the drawn art on the front. And that was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, how the hell do you find this stuff in the middle of bumfuck nowhere? And it was like pocket change. Yeah, in the middle of a snowstorm, I got a little assault bike. And I was building it in the hotel room, and I was just like losing my mind. It was so cool. That's fun. That was a legendary find indeed. Oh, it doesn't? That's weird, man. Maybe your camera just sucks. Maybe it sucks. The camera that I was using was the Logitech Brio. That's the one I was using. The Logitech Brio. When I used a webcam for this channel, it was good. It was very, very good. For a webcam. Yeah, the Brio. The brioche. Forza Italia. Forza. Good morning, good morning. Oh, I have a new emote that I wanted to upload. I think I was going to call it Fent. I was watching a VOD back because we've been trying to upload more videos to the Variety channel. Let me put it on screen. I'm like, can you make this into a GIF for me, please? Where the fuck is the editing channel? Yeah, it was supposed to be this one. He sent me 3 of them. This guy cooks. I'm like, can you just make this into an emote? And then he sent me like 3 separate ones. I don't know which one's good. Is it... I don't know if I'd ever make it a sub emote. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. Yeah, I think I was going to call it Fent or something. Like a better Twitch TV emote. 7 TV? Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. It's faster as an emote, but yeah. Bent. Young Fenton. A great game. Schizo. It could be Schizo. I don't think Fent would work. Yeah, I think I'd just do like Schizo. I mean, Fent is a fucking meme you idiots created. It wasn't even me. Half the people on the videos just say I do Fent and shit. I'm like, what the fuck does that even come from? Decals on first and then always varnish. I think it goes both ways. You do varnish your decals, though, to keep them down. I'm pretty sure. Just to be sure they don't come off or get scratched or anything. Yes, sir. I'm in too deep mentally. I'm going to be sitting here scraping shit for a while. So if that motivates you to do something, God bless you. This hobby is CBT. Cool, beautiful things. Such as little hairy men with big spears. I should go to dinner like this and just start eating things. Look, I brought my troll spear, bro. Yummy. Yeah. There's different little, like, things for poking food. Mochi! Mochi! Demon. Canoptic Spider or Doomstalker. Why do you have to think of getting either? Just get both. You know you're going to get both eventually. That's how this hobby works. You think you want one, but you'll end up with both. It's how it always works. I'm not kidding. You know, right now, maybe not, though. Save your money. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say. Yeah, that's cool. You know what? You should try, again, try eBay, man. Try local listings. You'll find a lot of cheap Warhammer. Go on eBay and type in Combat Patrol Magazine and see if you find any of those selling for dirt cheap. Because those are really cheap compared to, like, anything retail. Well, what are you going to do with the Empire Watchtower? Stick to something you'll do. That's ironic coming from me. Unless you're going to build a giant board, just stay away from terrain. It's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down, I promise you. Do you even collect Empire? Stay away from the Empire. Terrain is sick, but, like, genuinely, if you buy one, you'll probably want to buy all of them. When you're looking at it in store, you're like, imagine all the things I could do with this kit if I bought it right now. I can't wait to build an entire Empire City from scratch, a big gaming board, and then having like 50 armies to play on that board. That's what's going through your head when you're in the store, and then when you leave the store, you're like, man, I can't wait to go home and open this and check it out. And then when you're done that and you open it, you're just like, yeah, I'm never doing this again. And then you throw it in the bin of things to do, and then you eventually get it done one day, or you just sell it. Vermintide diorama. I remember they came out with Vermintide 2 with that big diorama. That was cool. That could be fun. A new Star Wars racing game. I think I saw the trailer to that. Or not the trailer, the initial, like, reveal. Star Wars is not overrated. No, 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 no. The OG stuff is awesome. Sequel trilogy stuff, sure. I think you underestimate the movie magic of Star Wars and how much it kind of like brought to filmmaking. The absolute artistry that went into those OG films is fucking nuts. It is nuts. Even if you don't like the movies, that's fine, but like as a work of art, I mean, it really can't be fucked with for its time. But it's okay to not like movies. That's all subjective. Movies of the week is part of the universe. I'll say this. I'm really hoping the new Mando movie does well because it looks fucking sick. The new Mando movie probably looks the coolest of any of the films in terms of, like, deep cuts. The sequel trilogy was not it. Prequel trilogy was good. OG was good. Like, the new Mando movie looks so cool. It looks like what Boba Fett should have looked like. This gritty underbelly, crime-ridden shithole. I'm kind of excited for the new Mando movie. I feel like this month has much better movies. Like, May. You've got Mando and Grogu. You've got Mortal Kombat 2. What else is coming out this month? There was maybe like one more movie. I've seen some of the animated stuff, yeah. I mean, I don't like the style of it, though. Like, I've seen the Clone Wars, and I don't like that style of animation. Yeah. Yeah, things can grow on you, for sure. The more you give things time to cook in your brain, they usually grow on you. Or they don't, and that's fine. A lot of cool Star Wars characters aren't even canon. I feel like a lot of that came from what, Disney taking over when George sold the rights away, sold the franchise, and then they kind of like decanonized most of like the EU. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. All right. We need to finish this. The clone troopers. Clones are cool. I like that they tried to give them personalities in, like, the Clone Wars, but... Yeah, Phase 1 clones are the coolest, I gotta say. Everything beyond Phase 1 is, like, mid. Phase 1 clones are sick. Those big-ass fucking blasters, I think there's supposed to be, like, 2 different ones combined. You didn't like those blasters, the big ones? Dude, I don't know, Phase 1 are so cool. Phase 1 is just too OG. The Andor blasters were, what, the space AKs? Yeah, they were literally just AK-47s. They could have made them look a little bit more futuristic, but still an AK. I mean, that whole show is about, you know, rebels kind of stopping a big fucked up tyrannical empire. Guerrilla groups going around. Yeah, Andor was good, though. Andor is like... Andor is mature Star Wars. It's good Star Wars. It probably will feel weird because it's just not the same tone at all. It's more of a gritty, grounded, like everyman's story, just like people trying to make a difference. There's no grand theatrics or anything. There's no big galactic war. It's just more of like localized operations. Everything feels more personal. There's no big grand scheme. Well, because one's a kid's show, the other one's a fucking grounded, like, shithole of a battlefield. Like, I mean, yeah. I don't think the director had any intention to make it more like Disney shows. Like, these are terrorists. Don't use a stun gun. Yo, yo. I guess you're right. In what? You were talking about the first movie? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That is true. In Andor. Can't remember. I mean, it's the Empire, though. Like I said, in the first movie of the sequel trilogy, they did the same thing. They just murdered a bunch of innocent people. I saw Andor when it first came out, so I'm not going to remember everything. It's been a long time. It's a good show, though. You're talking about that's in the Rise of that's the Rise of Skywalker. That's the sequel trilogy. That's when they sit everyone down and just shoot them, right? Is it the Rise of Skywalker? It's the fucking first movie in the sequel trilogy. I don't. Did they do that in Andor again? I can't remember. I can't remember that. The Force Awakens is the first movie. The Force Awakens, that's what it was. That's the name of it, rather. Yeah, you're good. Is it?
I've always loved how humans.
Oh my god, it's a fucking ad. Faculty of Arts. Okay, I'll watch that later then. I'm not listening to that fucking ear blasting ad. I always love how humans click on YouTube videos and get loud, disgusting ads. Good Christ, my ears. See, I would use ad block, but I support creators. Although I'd totally use ad block, because fuck ads. I'd have to go back and check it again, yeah. I'll watch it. I don't remember everything about that show. I had watched it when it first came out with Ivana. Ivana kind of found it boring, but I was like, this is kind of cool. Yeah, it's different. More grounded, more real. Oof. That could be it. I mean, stun guns have more scenes behind it. It's like, if we stun you, what do we do with you? Instead, it's like, let's just kill you and move on. We're so evil and tyrannical. We hate civilians. Just die. Yeah. Your lives are not important. Yeah, I'm wearing fucking clown shoes, bro. I'm wearing Jonkler slippers. What is this spear? Actually, you know what? Let's look at the other one. What is this supposed to be? What a jank-ass sculpt. Okay, clearly it's not supposed to be this fucked up. Ooh. Yikes. Okay. I remember they had that prison scene in Andor with Gollum, Andy Serkis. That was good. I can't swim. Gollum can't swim. Gollum. I can't swim, hobbitses. Everyone liked that scene. That was cool. Yeah, I've had these for a while. I'm still missing the other variant, though. I may try and find it on eBay. I'm missing the at ease variant, which is so weird as to why GW won't sell you them. I don't know why. You are very handsome. You are a very handsome man. Thank you, sir. I try to shower at least once a week. You can't let the man musk go away on its own. Squid Game vibes. Are they done Squid Game? Did they finish Squid Game? Even that's too much. Pretty much. Okay, what the fuck is genuinely up with the spear? Whatever's going on with Martin's spear, it is so bad. Okay. Bro, what are you typing? Listen, you gotta take 10 minutes, brother. Too much. Too much. Hell no. Well, listen. Our ancestors were too busy, like, hunting down monkeys and not being eaten by fucking dinosaurs. I don't think they had time or care to shower. I guess technically we were monkeys at one point. Dinosaur. Squid Game was cool. Season 1 was, like, insane. I don't think I saw Season 2, and I don't think I've seen Season 3. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, we could watch a little bit of it. I actually have to leave around like 11, so we can watch a bit. I can spend 40 more minutes cleaning up Martin and then be done. This mini is like CBT. I've played these games before. Leagues of Votan. In concept, cool. Not all of it I enjoy, but I like them. It's weird to call them dwarves. They're not really dwarves, but they're, like, close enough. They're the dwarves of 40k. We'll say that much. I do like them, though. Maybe minus, like, all the cloning and the weird AI ancestor gods. Yeah, they're cool, though. They're different. They're a good representation of what a futuristic sci-fi dwarven-esque race could be. Definitely. A very interesting interpretation. What's your favorite part? My favorite part of the Votan? Probably just the familial stuff, the guilds. The very fantasy-related things. Like, again, the fact that a Votan is more of like an ancestor god and it's something they worship and, you know, go to them for like all of their teachings and technology and everything. It's a very, very interesting take. I just don't know if I like it. Like, supposed dwarves worshipping AI. It's very 40k. But, yeah. 40k is not, like, my #1 favorite thing. Not anymore, at least. So, I would just say, like, the guilds. The guilds, the familial stuff, the kin bands, all that stuff is cool. The Chthonians. All that stuff is very dwarvish. My least favorite stuff would be, like, again, probably the Votan itself, probably the cloning. The things that make them 40k for me are, like, the big things that kind of push me away from them as well. Which is weird to say because it's 40k, like, that's what you're supposed to like. It's all the futuristic fucked up stuff, but yeah. In a vacuum, very, very cool. You shouldn't really have to compare things that aren't comparable, but it's a very interesting take. Favorite unit? Probably the Hearthkin Warriors, like the standard troops, like the civilians. I've always liked the basic, you know, bitch vanilla stuff, even for like Warhammer Fantasy. Most people are going to say, oh, I love Slayers and this and this. Like, Slayers are cool, but I think like the basic Dwarf Warriors, even in Fantasy, are my favorite. It's just like the everyday dwarf kind of bearing arms for their hold and their loved ones and their clan. Same deal with the Hearthkin. You know, civilians trained in the art of war, and then when times call, they answer type of deal. It's commendable. It's cool. I think that's my favorite thing. Very basic bitch stuff. So we're talking about showing Medieval 3. Oh, yeah. What, the old long drawing slayers? I do have those, if you're talking about those guys. Long drawings, pirate slayers, the mercs from what was that, 5th edition? I do like them. I mean, Long Drawing is cool. He shows up in one of the Gotrek books. I like dwarves for different reasons. Like, piracy is cool in its own way, but dwarves and pirates, fun, but like not the reason I like dwarves, you know? They're a cool, fun little thing. "30 Votan Berserks." Oh, the Berserks are really cool too, though. I do like the Berserks. I like the Chthonian stuff. It's fun. I just think they need more of it. It's a good representation of, like, again, the guilds. The different parts of, like, Votan society. They should probably come out with, like, a Berserk transport, and I think that would round them out pretty well. Instead of using, like, Sagittars. Yeah, the Chthonian stuff is actually cool. 100%. I don't know, the Votan range kind of grew on me. I kind of hated it when it first came out. Again, you shouldn't really try to compare things, especially when they're not from the same universe. It's like, if you like dwarves, how can you not like the Votan? They're clearly space dwarves. It didn't really work on me at first. But, yeah, I do like the Votan now, certainly. I think some of their aesthetic is a bit off. Like, the Hearthguard should have been a little bit more ornate. I think they could have dialed up just a bit of the, like, the Celtic knot and all that crap going on. All of that cool, filigree and everything that dwarves are typically known for. That could have maybe been there. Just a little bit more, but, you know, they're more of a, practical sort. They don't really care for, like, the look of things. You just gotta get out there, do the job, and go home. I like 40k orcs, but I don't like fantasy orcs. I think they're both pretty damn good. Technically, I've played fantasy, like, orcs and goblins, and I've played orcs in 40k. I like them both. I don't know. I think they did a pretty good job at, like, translating that. Because orcs are just orcs, right? They're just like a little fungoid species of Xenos. Like, they're not really stunted humans. They're not born through science. They're just orcs. The Votan are such a different thing. I mean, even the squats of old are pretty much same deal. They're not just dwarves. They're like abhumans that kind of went off and colonized planets and became stunted. Votan's case, the galactic core, and then through science, they became more of what they needed to be to kind of thrive in that environment, and that's cool. It's very sci-fi. Probably the most sci-fi faction in 40k, if anything. People becoming more of their environment, people becoming more than human to survive. I feel like I have more freedom with 40k orcs. Maybe with vehicles and kit bashing, but the biggest difference is orcs have more technology. Like, 40k orcs are more technologically kind of fucked up. Fantasy orcs are more varied in actual, like, unit compositions. Like, it's not just the orcs in fantasy, it's the goblins, it's the snotlings, it's the squigs, it's the trolls, it's the giants, it's the spiders. Like, there's a million more cool things to look at in fantasy, in my opinion, than 40k orcs, but orcs are, you know, more adventurous in 40k when you can just kind of create whatever you want. That's the biggest thing. You know, tons of killicans, death dreads, battle wagons, you know, whatever you want, right? Like, you can just cook with any sort of build. Well, they're just different. They're different. Like, it's like the whole Votan thing. It's like, why compare space dwarves to dwarves? They're just not the same. Like, orcs are orcs, sure, but, like, how they function in those two universes is much different. You know, the orcs of fantasy will still build ramshackle, you know, battering rams and siege towers and things, but they're not more inclined to have, like, you know, big suits of armor or, you know, fucking crazy planes and asteroids strapped with, like, boosters that just crash into planets. You know, it's, yeah. 40k orcs, more fucked up in technology. Fantasy orcs, more fucked up in, like, the variety of orc and different thing you can have. That's the biggest thing. I always found fantasy orcs more exciting than 40k orcs because you had more variety, but in the technology department, I mean, there's no comparison. Like, 40k orcs can, again, if you play tabletop, you can make anything you want out of anything. Which is fun as fuck. It's like, if you like more vehicles, 40k. If you like more infantry, fantasy. Yeah, it's a bit of a miss. I do agree that 40k should do more with grots. Do more with grots and do more with squigs. Those two things are just gone. Beast Snag is getting all the squigs, that's fine. They breed them and, you know, create them and whatnot, but... Are the Beast Snag is even snake bites? Are they snake bites? They're snake bites, right? They should be. You don't think they are? Really? I always figured they were snake bites. I had them when they first came out, and I'm like, these are totally snake bites now. Furs and squigs and everything. More tribalistic. The old ways. They could be any clan. Well, yeah, I'm sure they can, but, like, I think their initial concept may have been, like, snake bites, because those guys are the ones that breed the squigs and kind of bring them to war, more so than, like, any other clan. That's the one thing the orcs are needing, though, for sure, is more grot focus and more squig focus. And we're not talking about, like, again, big squigs or anything. We're just talking about, like, mundane things. Imagine, like, squig herds. Like, if you've played Fantasy, you know, the Night Goblin squig herds. Imagine that in 40k, but they're like attack dogs. It's like a horde of attack squigs. That if the handler dies, they just fucking, like, go around and start eating people. Which is exactly what they did in Fantasy. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that would be... That'd be cool. More options, more variety. You know, orcs sell well. Why not bring back plastic grot tanks? Why not bring back all the different variants of squigs? They had the squig buggy. That was a cool start. Yeah. Well, that's interesting then. I had just always thought they were more snakebite, if anything. Uncould today, that's awesome. We're all going through it, sir. We're going to get there one day. They do need to bring those back. I sold all of mine. You know who I sold them to? Sharkaden. Sharkaden has my squig tanks. Or not my squig tanks, sorry, my grot tanks. I believe. That was years back. Pretty sure he got a good-ass deal on them, too. Did he, you know what? Maybe he bought them. I might be drawing a blank. I'm 99% sure he did, though. It was the Mega Grot Tank and then all the small Grot Tanks. Those are cool, man. Sorry for asking the question. You're good, man. It's just a bit weird. I'm pretty lenient with stuff, but, like, you know, don't pursue it. don't pursue weird comments. It'd be cool to see all that Forge World stuff come back for people who didn't have it back in the day. Or people who just want to rebuy it, you know? Like, they have the molds. They 100% have the molds, because they released a lot of stuff for Fantasy. I don't know if they've ever done Forge World releases, like, made-to-order stuff for 40k. Unless you picked it up back in the day. I can't remember. I think these days I'd have no reason to buy anything, but yeah. I will be watching it May 1st. Yeah, for sure. I'm more excited for the orcs. I mean, as an orc player and someone who's been around orcs a long time, I mean, I'll always prefer orcs to Space Marines, but yeah. Very curious to see what they look like. I won't need any of it, thankfully. I'm not going to go, you know, buy any of the new orc stuff, but it's cool to see. My headset just died. I can't hear anything. Oh well, it's fine. Wait, that sucks. Maybe we won't watch the Total War thing. I guess if it's not actual, like, Warhammer stuff, yeah, I probably wouldn't want to. But my headset's completely fucking dead. Oh, is it Warhammer? It is? Okay, let me charge this for 30 minutes. Shitting me. One sec. All right, it's charging. Oh, did they? Okay. Oh, my mic's not even on me either. Whoops. Everything's falling apart. Everything is falling apart. When is it on again? Is it 10 o'clock, you said?
Good morning, Toby. Hope you're doing good. Did you saw the new Resident Evil movie trailer that just dropped? Looks like they are going for a more horror movie approach.
Good morning. I hope you're doing good. Just saw the new Resident Evil movie trailer that dropped. That's interesting. I did not see it, but it's cool that they're doing more of a horror approach. I mean, the other ones were just action, right? Which were fine, but yeah, I think a horror approach could do well. I'm good. We're chilling. We're going to be watching a reveal soon. But I do got to go around like 11. We're going to be watching the Total War reveals. God, I feel like shit. Tired, man. Okay. Let's do a bit of the underarm, and I think I'm just going to call this guy good for a bit, because this is ghoulish. Whatever's up with this guy's mold, it is deteriorating faster than my fucking brain playing League. This guy's mold is bad. It's any variety games we have that are recorded, yes. So, like, Pizza Pikachu sent me a few of them, and I uploaded 2 so far, with the help of my editor. Literally anything. If we could find a variety game, it'll be on that channel. So we uploaded Faith, and I think we uploaded the Moons of Madness. Or no, not the Moons of Madness. That one's done today. It was No One Lives Under the Lighthouse, I think. Well, it's a good thing they're doing that, because if you fuck up a main character that everyone loves, you'll be hated for the rest of your life. It's good to sometimes do side stories that don't matter, with characters that don't matter. You don't want to destroy something sacred. Especially from a director who I don't think played the games. I think that's what he said. Maybe I'm wrong. The premise. Evil company. Virus leaked. Zombies. Go. Tell whatever story you want. Go hog wild. Go hog wild. Pretty much, yeah. 7 and 8 were good, though. Those are really good games. And Ethan Winters isn't really the worst protagonist. He's just, like, the everyman doing it for his family. He's cool. I don't mind him. Yeah, we're going to be watching it. Just going to try and do the most I can with this guy and clean him up. And then he's done for the day. Or he's technically just done for now. All right. I think I'm just going to call it here for this guy. I don't really want to work on him anymore right now. I am, like, feeling like shit. Should probably get food. Yeah, we'll work on him a little bit more, actually. Here. Just a little bit. Oof. September 18th. It's a bit of a ways away. It's a little bit of a ways away. Yeah, that's an old... I don't even know when we played that game. I was probably so mentally cooked playing that game. That's a great game, though. I think if I revisited that game today with how I view games and how I do things, it'd be better, but that's a weird fucking game. That's great. It's like super creepy. Super, super creepy. That playthrough was a little bit scuffed, I'm not gonna lie. It was a bit scuffed. That whole few years was a bit scuffed. Yeah, it's weird. We did not have settings dialed in, I gotta say. I don't think I cared. It's so bad. It's so shit. In that time to now, I think we've learned a little bit about how to set up mics and programs and things. Yeah. Well, the game itself too. Yeah. That game is so cool. It's creepy. Even though it looks like that, it's fucking horrifying. I think the most traumatic thing about that game is probably the apartments. Fully cursed game. There's a lot of fucked up places in that game. The apartment, the school, the sewers. Oh, God. Kill me. Spooky. It's freaky. It is very freaky. Skill, hello, sir. Sorry, I don't really have a headset on. It feels weird. I feel like I'm talking into the void, which is normally what I do, but with at least music in my ears, I can't hear a damn thing. The silence is deafening. It really, really is. Yeah, Mochi's good. Mochi's good. He's not being a demon right. There's... Do you have any videos or something showing your armies in war? I currently don't have anything. There is the Twitter where I post a few things, but a lot of it is still rebuilding it. If I had kept everything from my childhood, I'd be able to show you quite a bit. But right now, it's more so just rebuilding a lot of the stuff that I got rid of. Or things that I want to do that I never had, which is also a cool thing. This is the age of the rebuilding. The Great Revival. The Twitter doesn't have, like, too much, though. Oh, is it in 1 minute? We'll check it out in a sec. Sorry, where is it on? Is it on Twitch or is it on YouTube? Such a common thing. Yeah. The thing is, I've had a lot of this stuff sitting in storage. Most of the things I ended up selling were completed armies. And then I had bins of shit of, like, sprues, metal minis, all these things that I thankfully just held on to. Some of them were, like, one-off stuff. Characters, heroes, whatever it may be. But yeah, restarting this hobby as an adult is sometimes demonic. It's like I've never really gotten out of Warhammer, but I've definitely been in stages where funds could have been put elsewhere. Okay. Let's just call it quits on Martin here. Yeah, let's call it quits. I don't think it's on Twitch. YouTube, I guess? Okay. Let's see if this charged enough to be used. I do think it was. Okay. YouTube.
The building directly onto the map, as well as some other bits, and then we followed up with Siege, Siege Battle, just a month ago, I guess.
Yeah, and authoring of settlements,
Yep.
which is a big topic for us right now, and some of the new bits of Siege gameplay.
I like how it shows.
And the plan is that
I like how it shows
we
the
did
roadmap
well.
of, like,
We
the
had a
show.
couple of
That's cool.
all of the
I like that a
conversations
lot.
we're having,
So you know when you're going to get what you're getting.
topics from our forums. So please join the forums. There'll be a
One sec. Let
link
me
up
put
at
this
some
on
point,
screen.
to join us in the community.
That's great.
And yeah,
That's
we're
really
looking
huge.
to keep doing that. Yeah. So.
Let me answer your question in one sec. Hang on.
I'll ask one last question, then we'll fully dive in. So, what is the current development focus?
Give me one sec, buddy.
One of the exciting things we started since our last live stream was really to start looking into our unit rosters.
Yep.
You know, we sometimes joke that we talk a lot about you know, exciting features and new things and whatnot, but really what a lot of our fans are caring the most about is the unit roster.
Okay, so
in more detail.
Oh my god, my legs. Hey Tobias, may I ask what type of glue you're using while assembling the minis? I saw a lot of recommendations for Revel, and after I tried it, it just feels like it's ruining the detail of the mini and harming it. Okay, so you're talking about what kind of minis are you building? Plastic minis? Yeah, Medieval 3 can suck the cheese out of my ass. I don't want to hear about Medieval 3. So 40k ones, so plastic. Okay, so when it comes, I have Revel. I do have Revel. Revel glue is fine. It's the same thing as GW glue. It's the same thing as Tamiya glue. What that glue does, I'm not a chemist. I can't tell you everything. Revel and any sort of like plastic cement will melt pieces together. That is what it does. It softens and melts the two halves together. Metal glue, so super glue, will basically bind them together and not form a chemical bond. So, or I guess it would be a chemical bond, but it's not melting them. Anyways, when you use plastic glue, I would say less is more sometimes. Like, you don't need to slosh it on. Ideally, let me just make this tiny. I can show you. Oops. Well, the whole stream's gone. Now it's upside down. So if you want, the number one thing people use is Tamiya. Tamiya Extra Thin. So this is Tamiya Extra Thin. This is more of like a water, but it comes with a brush, a little applicator. The other ones are more of like nozzles. And what I typically like to do when I'm building plastic minis is if I don't want glue spillage, I never want glue spillage. I hate the look of glue. And of course, when you prime the mini, when you do things, it won't show up as much, but like for the sake of building it, you'll put a little bit down on, you can even use the Revel. You can use the Revel stuff. Put a bit of glue on one half, stick it to your piece. When you like it and it's dry, you can take a bit of the Tamiya Thin and just dab it into spots that you'll never see. That's one way of doing it. Or just use less glue. The idea isn't to slosh it on because it does melt the two halves together, but you know, having enough glue to make sure that the piece isn't going to fall off regardless is, of course, important. So that's what I would suggest. Flip the monitor, Australian stream. But yeah, Revel, Games Workshop glue, Tamiya, any sort of plastic cement, like literally Revel is right here. It's the same thing. You just don't put too much of it on. And you're good to go. So hopefully that answers your question. I'll try the first one you mentioned. I was probably overusing it and was causing harm to the mini. Yeah. Again, it's... You really only want the glue where you're not going to see things. Less is more. You can be a little bit slower and more precise. When it's dry, you can scrape the glue away, but obviously, if you don't over glue, you won't really have issues, I suppose. But yeah, give it a try. Put a little bit, put it together, and then if you have, like, Tamiya Extra Thin, you can, like, dab it into the crack just a little bit, and it will be totally fine. Yeah. You should be good to go. Gluing is a bit heinous at times if you just go overboard. This guy we got away. But yeah, Tamiya Extra Thin is pretty much the go-to for most people. It's like the #1 hobby glue I'd say out there. Everyone loves Tamiya. I think it's a Japanese brand. Tamiya's Japanese, I believe. Excuse me. Medieval 3 and Rome. I'm sure people are excited for this, but like, I did. No, sir. Sir. Yeah, the brush you get is nice. You know you can pull the brush out? Did you know that you can pull the brush out of the damn thing to make it extended? It's such a strange hidden mechanic. Like, that's cool. Interesting. Yeah, you can pull it out. It extends. It's so weird. I'm not going to do it because I don't think you can push it back in. Or maybe you can, but yeah, I'm not. It's weird. Fun. Okay, so this stream can just be smaller. Where's the base? Marden needs to go on the shelf. He's good for now. We've worked on him for probably 4 hours, maybe? Today and yesterday? Well, we're not doing it anytime soon, if anything. Whatever we are doing now is what we're doing now, so I'm not really thinking about that game as of current. As of current games and schedules. That shit is gone for now. And technically, we could just play it on PlayStation. PlayStation would be a bit better for that stuff. Whatever's going on with the PC is just PC issues. It was such a weird thing. I think it was like a shader or something that wasn't working properly. I remember that one. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with it exactly, but like, it kept like crashing and freezing, right? So weird. I think at that time we never even had the PlayStation, so like, if we did, we probably would have gone back and just played it on PlayStation, but yeah. As of right now, I don't think we'll go back anytime soon. We just have too many games to kind of get on with. Yeah, we tried a million different things. I think it was like in settings, in game files. It was just a bunch of shit and nothing worked. Nothing was working. There you go. During the 6th, Life Warden, Rose right-hand man, the bodyguard. Probably never going to use him in game, but thematically, maybe. But yeah, we have no clue what the problem was. It could have been RAM. You know what? I actually did upgrade my RAM. And this was before RAM became, like, heinously expensive. I think it might have been RAM. That could have been it. Maybe. Actually, you know what? Maybe. Wait, let me do this. What is this shit? What is this? Another quick question. I sometimes struggle with the basing dimensions. Like for some minis, it offers 20-ish millimeter bases, and there's no indication of the size of that I could find. And it just seems like I'm taking the wrong basing sometimes. I think you can find that online now. If you look up anything online, say like you've got, I don't know what army you're working on, but like Cadian shock troops, right? If you Google Cadian shock troops base size, it'll probably just tell you straight up. Or if you go to the website, scroll down and it'll show you, or rather tell you what base size you get included. If that makes sense. If that wasn't the question, and you're more so saying like, hey, how big is this base? You can also use like a measuring tape to kind of just measure it out. A Vanguard B-Sod fix? What is B-Sod? 15 minutes per segment. Okay, so yeah, they're probably going to, well, that's fine. I'm just going to sit here and chill. It's okay. Yeah, you can find Blue Screen of Death. Oh, gotcha. Shitty. Fucking Sue Riot, man. Yeah, if you're looking for base sizes, check the website. Any unit that you have, go to the web store and scroll down to the bottom, and it'll tell you what is included in the kit, and then it'll tell you what, like, base size it is. Blue Screen of Death. Everyone's favorite Riot product. The game wasn't bad enough. You get fucking blue screened. Shit's on your PC. It's awesome.
Nights, showcasing some of the things that I talked about, like the iconic armor fashion within the German region, with the Kastenbrust, which was more pronounced on the left, and then after Toby's feedback, we built in a little more variation, some of the more slimmer designs, these rifts, not rifts,
Rifts,
sort of.
Ridges?
Ridges, yeah, thank you.
Contours.
Contours.
That I don't know yet.
Downwards one. So
scheduling for today. I mean, we're gonna play League today for sure, so that's really just it. I don't know when I'll be on because I have to leave at about 11.
Regional fashion. And our goal is that they would look very different,
which is in about
Italian
40 minutes.
Something you mentioned, accuracy, something that's worth calling out as well. In the forum posts, we cover a little bit our approach.
It's just gonna be
How
League.
do we actually conduct the research?
Tomorrow is also gonna be League, and then Saturday and Sunday should be Dying Light 2. Maybe Friday I might start Dying Light 2. Turn this off.
You want to get involved?
I don't care about this game.
What you've seen here? Go to the forum.
Alright. Yeah, maybe Saturday and Sunday. Start Dying Light tomorrow. I kind of want to. I really want to. I'm excited. Variety is like the most fun I have streaming right now. It really is. I really enjoy playing those games. Yeah, we'll see. It's better to do it on the weekend though sometimes. I did say the weekend, and I was going to give people the weekend to kind of show up, right? Friday is almost the weekend. Yeah, people have work, though, still. Yeah. People are still doing stuff on Fridays. I guess you're right. Technically, yeah, there's a lot of EU viewers, so technically you could do, Technically, you guys are already at the weekend by the time I'm, like, up and streaming. Yeah, that makes sense. For sure. I mean, that's not changing, in my opinion, of doing it on the weekend, though. Can't get me to do it tomorrow. Maybe. Maybe. Like, most of your viewers are from EU. Do it for the EU folks. Like, all right, maybe. See it on the weekend. Possibly. It is happening, regardless. It will still happen. Some people should have the decency to quit their jobs when you stream a game they want to see. I agree. That's incredibly, like, disgusting that people wouldn't quit their day jobs to watch my stream. Some people are just freaks. That's all I gotta say. How inconsiderate of you. Ungrateful. Ungrateful swines. All right, let's put this away. What am I going to work on next? Probably some Erebor. I don't know what to work on next. It won't be today. I'm kind of tired. I work Fridays and Sundays, so please no stream on those days. Sundays? I gotta stream Sunday. Sundays are awesome. Sundays are great to chill, but the day sucks. Sundays are booty stank. Bootay stank. Bootay. I quit an entire college course to watch you. Did you really? There's no fucking way. You're trolling. You're trolling. You're absolutely trolling. There is the VODs. Yeah, we still have the VODs. Well, we can sit here for a sec because there's no Total War showing up. Let's just close that down. So, we do have the VOD channel. Let me see what that looks like, actually. Oh, well, that's good news. Well, it's good that you got out of that, right? If you're not enjoying something and it's, like, just not worth your time, then absolutely. That's cool. Okay, where is the VOD channel? Yeah, so we uploaded, you're gonna see just a bunch of random shit get uploaded to that channel. Whenever I make the playlist, it'll get a thumbnail. And then with the thumbnail, it'll be complete. But we're technically, again, just gonna keep uploading random shit. It's like, oh, we have this tidbit, this tidbit, this tidbit. Upload that, upload that, upload that. I do like it, though. I mean, it's hopefully one day going to be more complete because we're missing a few VODs. But everything should be there. If you do miss a stream, or if you, like, missed variety games, they'll all be on that VOD channel. Yeah, that's cool. I do like the channel. It's fun. It's good for people who just want to go back and watch something weird. You know, like a game we played, or... Yeah, I'm sure. Oldest. We've been doing the thumbnails. I mean, they're literally just all the same. They look all the same, but they're not. The thumbnails are taken from the videos itself. They're not spammed, which is cool. I'm glad he did that. But there's so many games. I think we have how many videos? 256 videos. And there's still like a shitload more probably coming. But yeah. Playlists, same thing. It'll be a good place to kind of house everything. I like it. It should be very, very fun. Yeah, that's not even half. Well, it's about half the content. It's about half, I'd say. It should be roughly half. Bring back the Santa hat. When's the next event? If I'm healthy, we might do one in June. People really like the event. It was constant streaming and doing things, but my health is like the most important thing right now, so if I get the clear on that, we can maybe do it in June. I just want to make sure that if I do something like that again, that I'm not going to be dead within a week. Hopefully. That would stink. Holy moly. I don't know if I'll even be able to be here for the Warhammer stuff. I can maybe leave at 12 instead of 11. Maybe, but... Good, I'm excited. It'll be cool. I do miss doing the event. I miss doing, like, constant streams and 24/7 just being on. I mean, now I'm able to actually have a little bit of free time, which is nice when you have a life. But yeah, people really liked it. It was cool. I miss the wheel and the beans. I will be hitting up candy stores for weird things if we do it again. If I have to go get a CAT scan. If the CAT scan is good, then we'll see. But, you know, you learn quite a bit when you sit on stream for 360 plus days, like 10 to 14 hours a day. You learn quite a bit about your health and what it takes to kind of like function as a human being when you give yourself no time. Yeah, so the biggest thing is just me being healthy. This time you're hostage for 2 years. I think I'd be moving in that time frame. Okay, they're on the Rome 2. So after Rome 2, we can get Total War. Let me see. Someone in my league match is named 67-year-old Predator. Yeah, that's called ban. I have not. Is he doing well? Is he good? I know he had health problems. Much better? That's good. I know he was like, he wasn't doing well. He had to go off tour. Those guys are cool, man. You Banished is like such a cool group of dudes. And gals. And they play Warhammer. Bjorn plays Warhammer, and he was on fucking Squidmar. I'm like, what the hell is he doing on Squidmar? That's cool. He's going to do a few shows? That's awesome. Yeah, well, you want to get back to it, right? That's cool. We'll probably watch the trailer on the other stream, if anything. Exercising. Yeah, well, you know, when it comes to, like, figuring out health for an event like that, we'll see. I am taking breaks. If I have to take health breaks, and that's the only break I'm taking. Go out, walk, exercise, take mochi. That's all I'm doing. And then maybe eating food. I think that's what we did for, like, maybe half the event. The first half of Anna was, like, 1v9ing. The second half, I'm like, you know, maybe I should probably go for walks. For the sake of health. That was pretty crazy. We'll see, though. Again, it may happen, it may not. It just depends on how I feel. How the scan is. What game are you playing after Dying Light 2? Dying Light 3. Alright, let me clean up this desk. I don't know if I'll be working on metal anytime soon again. I probably will. I kind of want to work on an old Dwarf Blood Bowl team. Which I did find. Which are awesome. Look at this. Oh my god, Classico. Not like the most classic, but this is like what, second, third edition Blood Bowl team? These are great. These are so good. I think I still prefer these over, like, the new plastic kit, but those are still nice. The Troll Slayers. How did that year-long streaming reflect on your channel? Was it really good, or was it just more for fun? It was, well, it was both. It was great. Everyone was very supportive, and I had a ton of fun doing all that stuff. It was both. It was, like, all around great. I think the worst thing about it was my health. Like, the worst thing about that event was me not taking care of myself, and that compounded into having to end it for my health. And I still have that back pain, but it only shoots up when I'm actually bending over. It's in the lower left back, at the base of my spine, and it feels like it's around my kidney now, but I don't know. It's fucking weird, man. It was so unbearable when I was in the event. And then I went to, like, therapy for, I think, about a month. And then beyond that, it was good. Much better than what it was during the event. Well, it was, I'll say this, it was very, very helpful for me and my family. I'll say that much. Like, yeah, the event was very generous. I'm not going to say it wasn't. It was very, very generous of everyone. And then, of course, the government comes in and says, mine now. Give me the money. But overall, it was great. People loved it. I loved it. It was fun. And, yeah. What is the CAT scan looking for? Abnormalities. We have weird feelings in the body. Not good feelings. So hopefully it turns out to be nothing, and if it's not, well, there's, yeah. We don't know about that. Hopefully it's nothing, but, you know, that's life. Shit happens. Shit happens, and then you die. That's life. Enjoy it while you can. Go build some Warhammer. Go have fun. Go get some sunlight. What? Media breaks, like, you know, when people watch too much horror movies and or whatever, and it makes the mind messy. That is the kind of break that one from media isn't needed. Also, for rewiring the brain to a healthy state, sauna is great for that, for sure, in cold regions. I feel like everyone in, what, Poland? What is it, Sweden or some shit? Those guys use saunas. Those guys are sauna freaks. I think it's Sweden. Maybe Sweden? Yeah, Sweden. I was looking at behind the scenes of Remedy. It might be Finland too. I was looking at a video of behind the scenes of, like, what was going on with Remedy Studios, the guys who put out like Alan Wake and all that stuff, and they're like, I will get to go to the sauna. I got to go sit in the sauna. Oh my god, they get to the sauna. I don't think that's how they sound. I think it's a different accent, but yeah. There's a lot of saunas. Yeah, apparently they're really good for you. Apparently they're really, really good for you, so that's cool. I think that sounds more Swedish. They go to the saunas. I don't know. Something. Yeah, it's apparently great. Here, it's not a big deal. I gotta say, in North America, it's not much like you think it would be. Most relaxed I've ever been. Yeah, you know what? It's good to take a break. The younger you are, you don't give a fuck, but the older you get with the more stuff you end up doing, you're like, yeah, I kind of need that. Take the beanie off. I mean, I go outside without my beanie sometimes. I don't wear my beanie 24/7. Sometimes I lose it, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go out anyways, so. Sure, bro. It's true. You don't think so? I mean, the beanie is just a part of me at this point. It is what it is. It's not so much a fashion thing. It's more of, I have too much fucking hair, and the hair needs to come off. Well, not come off, sorry. It needs to be out of my face. Like, it keeps my hair back. That's the big thing I use it for, realistically. Bald spot is a solar panel to charge the fuck machine? What the fuck? What? I have no clue what you just typed. What? The fuck machine? Okay, alright. What do you say? What the hell, what? He's getting feeky. We have a new emote that we'll be uploading to the main channel. I saw it last night in a VOD, and I sent it to my editor to GIF it. I was going to call it Fent. I don't think they'll like that, though. I think maybe, like, cooked or something? I don't know. That's when the fuck machine's on. It's one... You pronounced that wrong. Pronounce what wrong? What's up? Mochi version. Oh, a GIF. I call it a GIF. If you say GIF, it's a GIF. GIF? I think it's GIF. Who the fuck wants to say GIF? YIF? GIF? It's GIF. Zelene is Zelene. It is what it is, I gotta say. I say GIF, sue me. That's like Jiffy Pop. Like popcorn. Yesterday. I had popcorn yesterday. I had the rest of my, what was it called? Oh my god, Skinny Pop. I should have it every day. It's that fucking good, man. You could have it every day. It's not even that bad for you. It really isn't. I mean, look at me. I look healthy, right? I look beautiful. Nice and thin and taken care of. I'm huge. I'm ripped. All right. So are we almost there yet? Maybe?
Brilliant. We're going to have a very sneak peek at Venus then, but I will say next time we bring on a chart, I will make sure I don't crop out the axes. Okay, so this is Venus, and this is a taste of some of the visual improvements?
Yeah, so Venus, its main visual improvements are the UI reskin, which is not ready to be shown yet, and the campaign textures, lighting, and the seas as well.
This is going to be the Warhammer 3 and Warhammer 40k Total War reveal. Or not reveal, but like updates, I suppose.
Well, certainly some aspects hold up quite well.
Caramel popcorn is good. Yeah, I would never really eat that often, but it is good.
Some of the textures don't look great. With the lighting,
That is tasty.
the characters can blend in a bit more. And now
Cheddar popcorn and a Monster Ultra when I was snacking or hungry. I lost 30 pounds after 5 months.
from Troy and Pharaoh to the game, because we've got those lovely
Fuck.
to take advantage of. And I will note
That's funky, brother.
the resolution of textures, they won't have any.
That is funky.
The lighting's been changed just to give a more consistent feel, better contrast. So
Helps the city stand out as well.
yeah, exactly. That's one of the big ones. Like, one of the things that I like to do is look at the game in grayscale. Like, what happens when you remove the color? What stands out?
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure that, sure, the UI, this is without UI, so you can have UI labels, highlighting things, but you still want the characters and the armies and the settlements to stand out even without that going on. You know? Especially when I think we go from the after to the before, you can really
I
see
forgot
the
to add a
difference.
fade, and that not adding that fade really helps emphasize the
Yeah,
difference,
it's like-
especially in the lighting. Any second.
Yeah, this is the awkward wait.
There we go.
Yeah, you can see the difference.
All right, so we've got I think about 5 minutes to talk through two more bits. So we're going to give a little preview of Jupiter.
Yes.
5 more minutes.
It's quite expansive on the
We're almost there.
side. So even now we've got we're not going to go too deep into these, but we'll explain like the philosophy behind them of two building trees, which up until today I've been calling.
My buddy got rid of his gut because he started to do blow.
I've just said it over and over again.
What?
So, building trees.
You should go help your buddy. What the fuck?
Basically going, Emperor Edition made some key changes to building trees.
What are you typing?
Prior to Emperor Edition,
What the fuck are we typing?
only got up to level
He's
1
chill now. Okay, that's fine then.
settlements,
As long as he's chill.
settlements in other ways,
All right.
choices,
Sure.
trying to-
Okay.
This is basically going, we didn't go far enough in Emperor Edition.
Yeah.
So one of these, for example, would be the military trees, where currently, Rome 2, you have separate chains for recruitment and bonuses, which is fine, but it does mean that you need to choose different slots to do it, and because your training chain, the one that gives you more bonuses to your unit types, is a separate chain, you're not getting as much from it. So one of the things that's been done is combining the two and extending. So you'll see that before it's up to level 4, now it's up to level 5. Important thing that barracks will do from now on is they will not just give you units, they'll give you recruitment slots, because I'm looking at reducing the base level recruitment slots. Like turn 1 as Rome at the moment, you get something like
Phantom Liberty?
units available at a time.
Not anytime soon, sir. Maybe on the other channel. Listen, we gotta watch this
Navy caps.
fucking Warhammer reveal. I gotta go take a shower. I gotta go out for like a little bit. There ain't no time for fun music. When we are playing League and we're miserable, unless I can play Tank TF, then we'll most likely do something like that.
Regular Roman units or auxiliary units. Some units will be moved from the barracks chain though to the main settlement just to help the AI out, so it's got a bit more varied what it can
It's a lot of work to cook every day, but I managed to make it pleasant.
and then if you want to,
Meal prep is good. Sometimes you don't need to cook every day, man. Sometimes you can just kind of like
it'll still give you your
have things that aren't so prepared. You know, you don't have to order food or anything, obviously, but yeah.
Mars, but then
Dom Martini.
Ain't nothing wrong with a sandwich.
Keep going. Not that one. Not that one. That one.
Slow cooker. That's good too.
And then so the practice field will then give experience bonus units, and it will give you champions, because this is where champion caps increase.
Yeah.
And then further, you can choose to specialize into bonuses and different unit types. So range for ranged units, the horse corral for cavalry, and the practice castrum for melee infantry units. So that has decreased slightly in the variations, but
Yeah.
want to give it like clearly ranged cavalry infantry bonuses.
So we'll look at one more set of these, and then I have have seen some questions. I don't know if you have an answer. I've seen quite a few questions asking about 64-bit.
Unfortunately, not on the table. Like, we know it's one people are looking for, would like, especially people who use mods where they're making more use of video memory, but it's not part of these updates.
That's good to know. So what are we looking at here?
So this is one where combined and then split. So in the base game of Rome 2, when it launched, there was this.
Yeah, it depends on the sandwich. I mean, you don't always have to load things up. It's good to mix it up, though.
Entertainment and research and slaves.
Keeping things consistent
And then for Emperor Edition, we said
is lovely.
a town center chain for minor settlements.
Yeah. Sometimes it just wanes on your mental state. You're just like, man, do I really want to eat this shit again every day?
Same, and also that's a lot of different things for the city center chain to do. So here, it's combining and then splitting. There is now a public forum chain and a market chain that are available in both major and minor settlements. So big change is that generally, major minor settlements, they can build the same thing now. Different number of slots, but same options. So the forum chain is all about entertainment, public order. So that top two ones, you've got Auditorium and an Odeon. Then it splits into one chain that specializes a bit more in income, one that specializes a bit more in public order. And this is the kind of branches you're going to see more, where bonuses remain throughout, but later branches.
Yeah, that's cool. Soups are great. Soups are filling. They're not so bad in
which gives you research and will give you dignitaries. That's
carbs and everything.
Increase your dignitaries cap. And then separately, there's a market chain, which then splits into three. So you've got a wine trader, which will require the wine resource and give you a lot of money, but might consume food. Not decided that yet. Then you've got the delicatessen chain that will give you a little bit of food, but a lot less income, and it's probably where spies will come from for the Romans. And then finally, you've got a slave trader, which will give you slave income and keep the regular trade income from the lower branches as well. So it's all that like clearer options, clearer focus, more depth to the chains as well.
And that's just a taste. So these last sets were just more of a preview of some of the stuff. But once we've got Mars out, then we'll come back to Venus, back to Jupiter. We'll come talk to you more. But we wanted to give you guys a taste of just the level.
A dietitian would be good for that. Yeah, 100%. Someone who knows what they're talking about.
Jupiter, if you go on the forums now,
We're not all familiar with things. I mean, even I'd probably go to a dietitian, but...
Fantastic. Well then, Jack, when will we hear from you next?
Oh my god, it's time.
will be on the forums.
It's time.
In the run up to in the coming months, because there's not currently a defined timescale for when the first of these betas will go live. We want to. It's going to be playing it by ear because a lot of work is being done by me, so it's taking when stuff is ready. But we're looking at a live stream in June to show Mars and hopefully battle gameplay live.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to throw up the summary then. Hopefully. Thank you very much for coming on, Jack. Really appreciate your time. Everyone loved your suit. You are free to disappear, and if you can shake the mouse on that PC, we will move on for our next guests. You're sitting there, I think, and you're sitting there. So on the screen now, you can see everything we've spoken about so far on stream. We're going to hope I'm right with where I just told you to sit, because I can't move these names. Okay, we all good? Right. Let's say hello. Hey, I was right. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Let me get rid of that bit of
They
paper.
definitely put this 2 games first so people
so,
stick around
Rich
to
and
the
Sean,
end.
first time
If
on
it
the
was
sofas.
40k and Warhammer
I've only
3
done
Fist,
3
people
streams
would
of it, so,
defiantly
you know.
leave as soon as those 2
For,
are done.
for anyone who
Yeah,
doesn't
pretty
know
much.
who you guys are, maybe
Pretty much.
Rich, you starting. Who are you and what do
Who
you do
am
for
I?
Warhammer
Who
3?
am I? I've been here a while. I'm the game director for the Total War Warhammer.
Yep.
I've been working on the series for the last 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Sean?
I'm the associate design director. I've been on the series for a meager 8 years.
Oh,
Embarrassing.
pathetic.
Embarrassing. Apologies.
So we have 3 sections within this section. I did initially try and see if I could get it on that bottom bar, but it was that is graphic designed by me, so that is the height of what I can achieve. So we're going to start by talking about updates to the game, and then we're going to talk about Vishiva, and then we're going to talk about Lords of the End Times, and I'm so consciously not trying to say the name of the person that will be revealed as part of that.
Revealed.
Thing.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Thankwell.
I'm doing my best. So we're going to start talking about
Thankwell and Bone Ripper.
campaign.
Yeah.
Probably Thankwell and Bone Ripper.
There we go. So campaign AI update.
Yeah, we've been doing.
It's
lots of
100%
updates
Thankwell.
these
Why would it
days.
not be?
On the campaign AI specifically, there's been some tooling going on in the background, so that's going to help us address some of the issues that players have been seeing around idling AI and clustering around settlements. So that will be coming very soon.
Yep. So we've tried to. We know that a lot of these things. So we'll be doing it again with the Siege update next. A lot of these things, the community are. We've explained a lot of what we're doing while we're doing it. We want to start giving you guys some dates and update numbers at least to be able to expect this in. So 8.1 is the aim for this.
That's right.
The key change I wrote, and that's the first time you're seeing it, which was me writing it based on notes. So AI priorities, which have I misspelled?
Yeah.
Slightly.
Well, I can explain.
Go for it.
So basically, over the course of the campaign,
Yeah.
we've now got the controls now to better ask the AI where to spend its focus. So in those longer campaigns, getting them to change up and prioritise other actions rather than sitting and amassing around.
Okay, so that's like the clumping.
Yeah.
So in theory, they'll be slightly less defensive as time goes on.
That's right. That's the idea.
But defensive
all,
at first.
It's all dynamic. I mean, we've always had personalities which sort of indicate what different factions want to do.
Yeah.
But that makes total sense and looks great in the early game, and it all comes together nicely. And then over time, you might see that the decision making that made total sense earlier on, no longer because of the sheer number of enemies or the number of forces that they've got, or lots of factors, then starts to go, that looks a bit strange to us. And there's been some tweaks to make it a bit more flexible.
Fantastic. Anything else we want to say about campaign, or I'll move on to...
You can go to the next one.
So the long-awaited Siege update, we've spoken about a lot, but nice to finally put an update number on it. So 9.1.
Yes.
At the moment, what update are we on? 7 point something.
Yeah.
And so for people to help understand that, 8 will be, so we update the number with a version, right?
That's
so
right.
With a release. So 8 would be Bashiva, and 9 would be
Lord of the End Times.
Yes. So this will come the patch after Lord of the End Times, the campaign update coming the patch after Bashiva.
That's right.
So
Holy shit, look at that Dwarven Siege Tower. That thing's crazy looking. What the fuck?
It's great bringing those back. I mean,
look at that.
Bringing them back.
That's kind of cool looking.
New for Warhammer. To me, it feels like bringing them back because experienced them in past Total War games that
Dwarven ladders.
So they're going to be joining the fray for players to make use of.
Yeah.
Removing pocket ladders as the default setting, because we know they're not for everybody.
Yeah.
But the people that do like them, there's still going to be an option setting, so you can still have them in the game. So really down to you, what your preference is, and how you want to make use of sieging with a.
I mean, the Dwarven one looks the best.
Fantastic.
Obviously.
Sorry.
These are good though. That's cool.
I'm so easily distracted. Are there any other changes since the beta that people?
Look at that. Look at that.
There's a whole host of stuff going in.
Fancy.
And like me and Sean were
Fancy
saying earlier,
schmancy.
we've been spending the time really looking at what the fantasy we want to have for siege battles in the Warhammer setting.
Yeah.
We've got 10 years worth of content now, so there's all sorts of things that we'd love to play around with, and the betas obviously helped us look at some of that, and we've got some other ideas of our own. But we've been specifically focusing on gate improvements, like the damage dealt to them, making them feel like a solid thing to defend. Looking at towers and the damage output. We've been looking at things like siege attacker trait. Which characters, creatures should have that. Making sure that hordes are well supported.
Yeah.
Loads of bits and bobs.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that may not make it as well because it's cutting room floor style of. We are trying things out. We want to try and push the boat out. I think we've said this before when we tried to do our larger reworks. Trying to make something that's objectively better for everyone is a bar that is hard to cross every time, and that's why it can take a bit more time to make sure that we go above that. There's lots of things that we're looking at as well that may not make it in. I don't know whether to talk about some of them, but we've spoke about can ethereal units go through walls? Is that something that we can support? And even just opening that question needs to go, well, if we want to do that, what's the technical cost of that?
Yeah.
The way our walls are built was never built with that in mind.
No.
So it's a technical update. It's what would the implications of that be? Like, what happens if an ethereal unit dies inside a wall? What does it actually do to the game? All those things need to be thought all the way through, and then we make the decision of, do we go
that would
ahead
be
with this
interesting.
and actually commit to it?
Ethereal units.
Resolve those issues. Is it worth doing? Because the fantasy of it would be incredible, but then there's the experience, and that's that objective, better experience bar that we have to cross of fantasy sounds great. Yeah. If it doesn't help the game, though, should we invest in this? Is it going to cause more problems? So we're doing lots of stuff, trying lots of stuff, and hopefully, it all comes together at the most perfect, exciting version we can get.
Yeah, but there should be a nice grouping of content there for 9.1, and then you know, like all things in the
See
game,
where it goes from there.
we always want to try and amend and improve.
Fantastic. Then, shall we move out of updates? I'll just say to Mr. Producer, if there's any opportunity to turn up the audio a little bit, even on the mixing decks, thank you. All right, so let's hope these all keep swiping nicely. There we go. So we're back. Logo at the top there. So this is we'll be talking about Shiva. I'm going to give a little bit of a caveat before we go there, because I think the content from here on out for the rest of this stream is a little different. It's a lot more video-y with a few screenshots.
Hang
but,
on.
we are going to be showing some things and changing here in a bit of a vacuum. So I think we're going to talk about the ability all Tiger Warriors get, for example. So there's going to be.
They should rework all the siege maps. I think it's the way siege works. I mean, they're a little bit big sometimes, and there's like nothing to do on the map. You know,
the value of it or the usage of it.
They might do it. If it's a big siege update, I wouldn't be
But
surprised.
we're not going to be able to do that for absolutely everything. There's only so much time on the stream and only so much time on the planet. So remember that everything you see here is subject to change, doesn't exist in isolation. As we all know, campaign buffs get layered on things. You know, enemy lords nerfs and you know, debuffs on you get layered on. So everything has layers. And lastly, I did just want to throw out a massive thanks to the Warhammer licensing team. Everything from this part of the stream onwards, we've been doing in collaboration with them, and they've really been supportive in getting all of this ready. So, shall we show Bashiva?
Go on then.
Go on then.
I hope this is the button I'm going to press. Actually, the next thing I meant to show is Ferocious. If you want to talk about it first, or I think we've teased them if we don't show Bashiva now.
I feel like you.
Let's show Bashiva and then we'll go back one. All right. So there we go. That video is just starting from any point it wants, doesn't it? It will loop. So this is Bashiva in battle. It will do some live at the end. A really cool set of animations for Bashiva.
Yeah, she's brilliant. She's brilliant. This has been such a, I guess, a pipe dream to have a character like her join the fray, come into the game. And she looks awesome.
StarCraft Zealot. StarCraft Zealot. Pretty much.
Background on like who she is. She is the White Tiger. So that's a position held to both protect and command the Tiger Warriors.
Yeah.
In great times of peril and when chaos looms large again. She's also a mercenary lord, so she's one of the lords of Shangyang, and
yeah, that thing is gone. The plushy parrot, I think that's gone.
Finest commanders. So she's got her own tiger company, which you'll see with some of the units in the pack.
Yeah.
But she intersperses that with other Cathayan units as well. So she leads those forward in protecting caravans along the Ivory Road and the borders of Grand Cathay.
Oh, fantastic. And I've got so we will go through some of the abilities, both passive and active there. I got some of the stats up on screen. How would it feel? How does it feel to use Bashiva in battle then? What's the play style there?
So her specifically is all about going after small entity units.
Yep.
She's quick, she's nimble, she's fast. She likes to stalk her prey. She's a big cat. So yeah, you might, I don't know if she's in, yeah, there we go. She's also got this amazing ability to teleport around the battlefield with her Heaven's Gate.
Yeah.
And so when she reappears, she strikes and damages everybody around her, which is super useful for obviously jumping into the fray, but also when she's in a tight spot, getting out of it too.
Yep. And we'll see some of those abilities. This was a far longer video than I remembered.
Yeah.
This is a really nice video because I didn't record this one. This is one of the few I didn't record, so that's why it's a much nicer quality than what we'll get into. So we can see on the abilities on the side there, correct me if I'm wrong, but Ferocious Ambush is what all Tiger Warriors are getting. I'm glad you said that because I've got it on its own in the next
Right.
section for us to talk about.
Okay.
So we can very quickly talk about Ferocious Ambush as just an expectation of that.
It's mochi.
That's what the Tiger Warriors will have.
It's female mochi.
So what is Ferocious Ambush? What's the intent behind the ability?
I mean, the fantasy around all these characters is about that big cat field, stalking its prey, getting in, roughing people up.
Yeah.
So it's very much given them kind of that vanguard deployment, speed, charge bonuses, all those kind of different things. Sorry, not vanguard deployment on this one, but that kind of idea and identity to her and her.
Yeah, I think the big thing about tigers, well, the literally big thing about tigers, is
Yeah.
they are much bigger than people. You know, like a full head taller than a human. So we really wanted that impact of them on the charge to feel like you've been hit by a 9-foot big cat.
Yeah.
So, you know, the idea of Ferocious Ambush does lean into that. It increases their speed, increases their charge bonus, and gives them Devastating Flanker to push that charge bonus even further on a cooldown for balance reasons and all these things. But it is really to capture that idea that when the Tigers charge in, it's a noticeable impact.
Yeah.
And in the Cathay roster, which is much more rank and file with the humans, that the Jade Warriors and the Celestial Guard that stand and hold the line, the Tigers are charging in, they're hitting line, you'll see the impact, and that sometimes can win a battle. If you get that on the flank, you get that in the right position, that can win a flank sooner than you want to, and you can reposition around to capture the rest of the enemies.
They're like human-sized cavalry then. In a rear flank charge, we'll do an absolute
slightly taller than human-sized cavalry. Yeah.
horse-sized cavalry, which I guess is
No.
cavalry.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, go on.
Tier 2 and above as well.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah, there you go.
So we'll show off some of. I've got pictures of some of Bashiva's other abilities, just so people can get an idea of how she'll play in battle. I don't think any of these abilities were actually used during that clip. So Heaven's Gate, obviously.
We saw that one.
But I think as well, some of those are just her dynamic
Mm-hmm.
animations in battle, where she is teleporting around. My favourite's when she grabs someone and comes out of the sky and slams them into the floor. So Heaven's Gate, is that kind of the main ability you're expect to be using a lot as Bashiva?
That's a quest item, right?
Yeah.
So that's the one you want to go and get, and it gives you that teleportation element. Very cool.
Yeah, I think that's her most iconic piece of her kit. So I think, as we mentioned earlier, if you want to pick an engagement, or there's a caster hiding behind enemy lines that I have to take out, that gives a way to get to that caster.
Yeah.
If Bashiva catches herself in an awkward position after leading the Tiger Warriors into a big charge and she's actually starting to get singled out, she also has a way to remove herself from danger there.
Yeah.
So it's quite a flexible item in her kit, and is a lot of the identity built around that of also because of the teleportation.
I was going to say Protoss. Someone said it looked like a zealot.
Herself,
I'm like, yeah, a little bit. She kind of does.
Disappear. So
That's
she's
fun.
got a very powerful ability there to, like a tiger, go in, hit it where it hurts, disappear into the grass again. You're not sure when you're going to get hit a second time.
I would take you. I've not fought a tiger. Not for a long
You've
time.
not?
So I'll have to take your word for it.
Always fighting how many versions of you and a bear. That's the classic. Yeah.
I wouldn't be one version of me. So Blades of Shangyang as well. Cool imbuement there, putting flammable on. Any of the other abilities? I mean, obviously the community will pour over these in their own time. But if there's anything you'd particularly want to call out,
I'm sure they will pour over it. But I mean, the flammable, if people remember on a previous slide, she has flaming attacks by default as well. So the flammable for her is also just like another damage buff on top for her personally getting involved. But if you've got other flaming units along in the army, that flammable means that it's a damage bonus for her, but also an opportunity for you to synergize that with some flaming units at the same time. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well then,
there is one more.
Oh.
I've just checked the notes. Hidden Huntress.
Oh yeah.
So there's a
hidden, it didn't even
there's a
make it on the
fifth.
screen.
There's a fifth.
It's stalking off screen.
And that is her starting ability.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to help with that kind of stalking stance.
Yeah.
And again, provide buffs in and around that. So she's got a lot of kit.
She has, and also you point out, it's exactly what I'm saying. We've got a lot of the stuff. I've tried to capture as much as I can. Someone said these are they're just screenshots from in game. They are. I booted up the game and I took the screenshots. I told you guys this is going to be. We're really trying to show you what we're working on rather than the most polished version. But yes, that's a really good call out of. There's other stuff going on, but we wanted to give you guys some of the highlights to start talking about. Speaking of, shall we move on to the
40K is coming.
Hero Free LC?
Oh, big reveal, right?
It is.
Free LC.
Thankful.
It's
so
thankful.
long on the stream that just saying the names all come out naturally now. So I'm glad I didn't.
Wait, Free LC
that we have
for not end times?
I've said that. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, never mind. I was going to say for not end times.
There
Okay.
you go.
You looked at us to confirm that's how
I
you
thought
pronounce it.
I did. I don't actually know if I've said that out loud. So we've got Tao Yan here. So legendary hero joining the Cathay roster.
Yeah. All Cathay factions can make use of her.
Yeah.
But she does have that synergy, particularly with Bashiva and also Zhao Ming. So the background on Tao Yan is that she's an exiled warrior, and the reason why she was exiled to the Western Provinces is that she's pretty brutal and has a bit of an iron, in what she does. So when rebellions uprose in the Central Provinces, the way she went about doing things wasn't so well liked.
Well,
by
Cathay
some,
is
so
good.
she was
No,
exiled.
Cathay's always been in the lore.
And
It's
now
good to have
she used
Cathay.
one of the laws of Shanghai,
Well, they're developing the
operating,
Western kingdoms,
for
or sorry, the
Xiaoming,
Eastern kingdoms.
and
So it makes
yeah,
sense.
she's very cunning.
I don't really care about
She's
Cathay either, to be
great
honest. I'm not
fighter,
really.
anything
I don't like any of this
large.
stuff, but yeah,
She's,
it's cool to
taking
have.
things like ogres with her.
Cathay's fine. It's not my thing though at all.
First trident wielder?
For the people who love it, that's great.
Albert
But
Albrecht
yeah,
as well.
Oh,
Right,
I'm gonna
that's-
get-
Should have ran that past us first.
we're
mate.
off now.
Hold on, how many prongs does that trident have? Because that could be a Biden, and then I could be back in. Right?
Biden, come on. Also,
rotten land without any dowie holds.
Hey, I actually that's what the blue one was. That's why there's clips of ogres as well at the start. I will pull out
Rotten land. I think Cathay might be a little bit more beautiful than most dwarven
We will have that ability up.
greeneries. I gotta say,
So we will
I think it's a little bit more lush.
very quickly
A bit more
show
lush.
and maybe chat about some of Talian's abilities. One of which shall not be named. It's too merciless for it to be
The
there.
blurred ability.
But I thought it was important to be on there because that's such a cool ability. So Tyrant's Talon, is that the weapon?
That's the weapon that she wields. Yeah. So again, very good at base damage, at armor piercing. I mean, she's a ferocious fighter.
Yeah. It isn't. I can see chat saying it's censored. It's not censored. It's just not decided fully yet. Or
Too
not
hot
locked
for
in.
Twitch TV. That's
It
it.
is. So suggest your own names.
I like that.
Cool. Then last section we have for Bashiva is we're going to talk about some of the Cathay tweaks.
Oh, okay, yeah. We can
So-
go over those.
I've got a video here that's a video, but it's also just 2 screenshots that it swaps between every 15 seconds. So the first thing here is there's I think 3 of them that we've worked on, but I've only got 2 in the video. Only 2 were done of skill tree updates, refreshes, however we would describe them.
Done a few of those.
Yep.
So we've gone over a bunch of characters. So Astromancer.
Well,
Gate
Cathay was really good on
Master,
release.
Alchemist,
Sky Lanterns were like borderline.
and yeah, variety of
awful. I
different
think the
things
artillery
there.
was awful.
So, on the Gate Master,
They're cool though.
we've now
Beyond the
split,
gameplay, they're cool.
Their line, so they've got character line now based on.
We're on YouTube. It's fine.
Or range self improvements. I'm trying to think now.
They're all up there.
Oh, they all.
I don't know if you're close enough to see it, but
Yeah, no, I can see that. I'm just trying to reference back to what I've put down in my notes as well.
I do have that the Alchemist is getting a Sky Lantern mount. Is
They
that
are.
true?
They are. I mean, we've also changed the Sky Lantern as well. So the Sky Lantern in itself is now different. It's now much more of a supportive unit. So it's there to buff and reinforce the armies around it. Kind of being that spotting thing from up on high. Yeah. No, there's lots of stuff to do with that. But you should definitely talk about the tech tree.
Tech tree.
What
I'll
a
wait for the
great
transition. The tech tree is different. There we
And
go.
there we
Yeah, yeah, we redid the tech tree from scratch. It's funny when we did it. It has the exact same number of technologies and takes the exact same amount of time, purely by chance.
Yep.
But it is from scratch. We really wanted to lean into the yin and yang of it. So each side now has a focus on yin or yang, either in either portion of it, and as it comes to the center, it's more harmony of effects on those central techs. And we've made a separate military and provinces section, so it's a lot easier to navigate and find what you're looking for. One of the things that we had in our mind though is like the current tech tree's been out there for so long, we really don't want this to come across as like, a change for change's sake. So we did a really big analysis of everything that was in there before, and give or take a little bit here or there. This is an objective, like it's got all the big ticket items that were there before, plus some extra fun things, and it's just a bit easier to pass. We had some issues with the old tech tree where you'd still be seeing peasant buffs like quite late in, which never really felt like, this isn't capturing the, like, I'm late game now, right. I want to see the tech tree reflect that. So now you can see as you go through the tech tree that it scales with where you're at in your campaign.
You spoke about campaign harmony or harmony. Are there any other changes to like harmony traits or how that's?
There has been some stuff done that with characters.
Yep.
So that yes, that has gone on. The other thing we've also done as well is there was feedback on Terracotta Sentinels not really having enough punch and weight behind them. So we've done an animation metadata pass. So we've been changing that. So now when they're going on a charge, they should be much more impactful in like the damage output. And what else have we done? We've changed some of the units on the tierings as well. So like I think it's Long Mars.
Yep.
down at tier 4 now.
Yep.
So there's been some balance changes there.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that people can get access to the cool stuff in the roster without waiting too long, while still grading the things that are the big ticket items like the Terracotta Sentinel. They deserve to be up there.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of units where if you compare them to other cultures in the game, you go, well, why does Cafe have to wait so long to see, infantry, which is like a tier 3, tier 3.5 infantry at a tier 5 spot? So we've made some adjustments. We've adjusted the cost of some buildings as well, so it's not just a straight you get it earlier for no downside. Like, there's been a lot of adjustments to try and improve the flow of the experience for everyone, not just Bashiva.
Fantastic. Then we're going to talk about if we're all done.
Oh no, one more thing. Don't forget with Bashiva and the Tiger Warriors, they all facilitate and work with the dragons as well. So make sure to check that out as well.
And also anyone who wants to snip the little bits of lore, because there's some really cool some lore in those skills. Well then.
Thankful.
Press the button.
Time for Thankful.
Are we ready? I'm so excited about this section of this. Is
I
the
hate
section of
Thankful.
stream I mean, so excited about. So we've all seen on Reddit that there is a very passionate fan who's hoping that right now we're about to reveal a man-sized rat, and we do have something man-sized, and it is a man. So we
It
have
is
here our
not
next
Thankful.
Lord
Oh
of the
my
Empires.
god.
Who is this?
It's the guy who I said will have his day.
And he's having his day.
He's definitely having his
Everyone's
day. Yeah.
wanted
So Boris
Boris
Todbringer,
for a while.
Elector Count of Midland, and yeah,
It looks like a new
he's
model.
here. He's finally here, but in here now to be fully playable.
Yep.
So it's really cool to get to that point.
He looks good.
I mean, on the original
And the Tetojan
Warhammer,
Guard.
10 years later to now.
Yes,
be in
the
that position
Tetojan Guard
where,
are here.
you
That's
get a
sick,
new
yeah.
experience, new fight with the Empire.
That's cool.
He said he's a bit of a visual glow up as well. His I think
Literally.
it was like well, yeah, perfect. It was like 9 years ago they called the Beastman or something like that,
Something
where we
yeah,
first
yeah.
brought attention to this character, and he's never had his day until now where he really stands out as the interesting guy that he is.
So I do thank everyone for bearing with us. It's been a while.
Well, we said we'd get there. So we are going to be mostly talking about battle today, as that's more in a stage that I've got videos of and that we can share. We'll have some general campaign questions, but mostly we will have battle. And I said that all of those last videos were great because they weren't filmed by me. You guys are now getting the videos I filmed.
I thought it would be
So,
Thankful.
Brace yourselves.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be
You've seen him
Thankful.
in his Lord Selection screen.
Looks
and
good.
Now you get him
yes.
in the battle. So Boris Todbringer with his new model there. So where does Boris start?
Do you want to take a guess?
Somewhere in Lustria, I would imagine.
He's not gone quite as far afield. No, he's in Midland.
Yep.
Shocker. Yeah.
Fantastic. And so what's the kind of campaign atmosphere you're aiming for Boris?
Well, generally, as Warhammer has gone on throughout the trilogy and into Warhammer 3 as well, the Empire's got pretty treacherous. It's quite a dangerous place to be now. And our good friend Boris, he's sick of being on the defensive. He's sick of all these people walking into the Empire and acting like they own the place. So he's going on the offensive now.
I mean, in 3 seconds, there we go.
There we go.
Why'd you bring attention to that?
Perfect.
Perfect time for vengeance. Now he's going to take the fight to everyone else. So yeah, he'll start in a position where you'd expect it in Midland, and he's going to where Karl is trying to unite the Empire, Elspeth is holding off the forces of Undeath. Boris is much more about taking on anyone and everyone that's in the Empire right now, and anyone that's even thinking about getting the Empire. Right. He's taking the fight to them. No more defensiveness. He's embodying the god Ulrich, the god of war, winter, and wolves, and he's bringing that war with him to all of the foes of the Empire.
He's got his claws out.
Nice.
Well, I don't have the transition statement that I think I do. So what we've got then? So we've got Boris, and we're also going to show off a couple of units here. Then, so the first unit we've got infantry. Do you want to talk about the unit, or do you want to talk about the ability that a lot of Boris's faction will get? Your choice.
I could talk about both. We'll see what's on the screen.
Slides.
There are 2 different slides.
Right, we'll start off with Crush. So this is Crush the Weak, and this is the ability.
So people will know that it's currently on Boris Todbringer exclusively right now in the live game, but it's being changed slightly because it's not going to be just on Boris. It's going to be on all Ulrican units going forwards, which means it's going to have a few changes. As it stands right now, like this is very much work in progress, and all of these things will be tweaked as they go. Even that image is very much a placeholder image that we've...
Oh, the icon's a placeholder that I put over another placeholder.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. it's double placeholder right now, but it is very much in progress. But the intent is we want the Ulrican units to all feel like they've got a clear play style and flavour. Midland's a much more melee-focused Empire culture, and we want to make sure that those units had the ability to actually succeed being this melee-focused faction.
And I think that's what's been really interesting about digging into the pack. Whereas when the Hunts Marshal came in, he brought a lot of kind of frontiers units, right? Yeah. And Boris does feel like he's bringing his own flavour there of... It's not just Empire Plus. It does feel like a sub-faction within. So we'll show off one of them now.
Go for it.
So who do we have here?
It's the Teutogen Guard.
It is.
Those are so sick.
It says it on the screen.
The Teutogen Guard are...
So these guys
I remember getting these guys when they were out for like the Storm of Chaos. These are some of the coolest minis. These are cool.
Two units that
the Teutogen Guard are actually pretty cool.
Oh,
so
they're back now for the old world, which is great.
Well, the Knights of the White Wolf happen to have several very esteemed
they look great.
Nobility within them, and it's based purely on merit. It's not just about station. If you are particularly good Knight of the White Wolf, you might be elevated to the honourable position of the Teutogen Guard, whose duty is to protect Owl Ulrich, Emil Valgar. Two completely inconsequential things when we talk about those guys, but that's who the Teutogen Guard are. What they do in practice is that they're heavily armoured AP units, so we want to push them a little
taller
bit
hammers.
Sturdier, and slightly fewer in number than the Great Swords, so they are on the advanced side of great swords in terms of what they do. But
they're elongated hammers.
So the great swords have the anti-infantry. They're classic great swords. These guys are, bulkier, heavy hitting, lower entity. They're kind of like the epitome of Empire's infantry to date so far, and they're going to be a bit harder for other Empire factions to get hold of. But all of the Ulrican units that will be coming will be a bit easier for Todbringer to get hold of, because, of course, they should be. He's Midland.
Yeah, right next to him.
Yeah, he's got them in the back room waiting to come out.
So we do have one other unit to show. Did these guys ever get into combat? Did it loop? I wasn't paying attention.
I was looking at you.
I'm hoping that everyone got to see them hitting people. I sat on these.
They're raring to go.
They are. For much longer than I thought I did.
There we go.
I think people have seen this before, right? You've seen them hitting. I'm looking at the chat. Did anyone else see them hitting? Or do I have to vamp for time just so you can see them throwing their hammers? So, we will... no, they didn't see them hitting. I really sat on them way too long recording them in idle then. So we do have one other unit to reveal, and funnily enough, we saw a Reddit post like a week ago that was... forget all of these units. There's one unit I really hope is part of the Empire pack. And that person is going to be very happy to see
the Knights Panther.
The Knights Panther.
It is.
Yeah, well, when we make the packs, it's obviously very themed around like a singular picture. And given that we're doing Boris Todbringer, the Ulrican units, the Knights Panther also have a chapter house based in Middenheim as well as Talabheim. So we thought, well, we've got to capture all the major knightly orders as much as possible. So we've brought in these guys. You can see they've got a bit of anti-large on them already, so they've got a slightly different role from the existing knightly orders that are in the game right now.
Yeah. I can also tell you, I'm pretty sure that's the wrong video, because I'm pretty sure their horse armor should be blue.
The horse armor should be blue.
I was going to say that they
I mean, if my producer double clicks on that video, double click it, and then you click browse. Do you see another one in there called Knights Panther?
Blue.
If you go, if I could just stand up, I could do it.
You can stand up.
Do you think I can just run over and fix the video?
They'll never know.
They'll
never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they should be blue.
Very blue with some gold trim.
Yeah. Such is the development and progress. Every day things are progressing, and we thought, we'll get the most recent version of the Knights Panther to show off. Whoa. These ones, the most recent version.
This was updated like 2 days ago, so that's
the magic.
Okay. Hopefully my bum wasn't on the stream there. So these are the Knights Panther. We're gonna have to watch them idle again as we prepare for them to charge.
You love an idle.
Some people are never satisfied. There's a guy in chat. These are worse.
30, 40 seconds.
These are worse.
I did not know how long 30.
Listen, just show me some damn dwarves.
Until I've sat
We're never
here
gonna
and
get
not
them, but
seen.
like, you know, it's cool that
So yeah, we got the
we're getting a
fact
bit of
that
everything.
I mean, we'll see it in a second. You've probably just seen it before. Their charge is devastating.
Cavalry.
Lovely and blue.
Imagine
I can never
dwarven
imagine seeing them
golems.
so-
Ooh,
weird.
grunty
Who
duras.
would do that?
Show me the money.
But what do you know? What I do think that helps to emphasize
cool, though.
is everything we're showing is development progress. Like this video I took yesterday to replace the one I took the day before. I like it when he does the boom. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do, the show and tell. So everything you're seeing is development progress. All of those stats could change depending on, you know, however Sean's feeling at that moment in time. But yeah, I think I'm just letting him see him fight for a little bit before we move on.
Just keep vamping.
There we go. So what we have now is technically, but not really, 3 more units. So this is we
You'll
are
never guess
approaching the end of our end times section, and I really like the Warhammer community rumor engines. So we thought we'd make our own.
Oh.
So
What?
if you guys are, you know, people may know.
How is that not-
They may be able to work out what they are. I did after some
CBT.
feedback from our talk on Tuesday. I made one of them a little bit harder. I still don't think it's that difficult.
No, it's pretty obvious. I'd say. Well, there's
That's kinda
easy,
funny.
medium, and hard in there for sure.
I've made easy like slightly harder, but still.
And,
Yeah.
I think you helped with one of them earlier.
Yeah, well, maybe. I'm giving the game away there, aren't
Maybe.
you?
So if you know, feel free to clip these. Guess what you think they'll be. We will eventually come back and show you what they are.
It's kind of
I think
fun.
before we move on to our next bit, which is the thing I am most excited for in the entire stream, I'll just ask from you guys first. When are we going to hear from you next? I know the answer to this if you don't.
You say it and we'll say it at the
okay.
same time.
June. So I think the plan at the moment is in June we'll come back. We may do it may be a stream, it may be a video, maybe both. Where we're looking at the moment to maybe talk about some of the free update stuff that's going to come with.
That'd be good.
So you may be learning this for the first time because we had
I'm
this
going to
discussion earlier in
pretend.
the week.
I'm going to pretend I was fully up to date with all this.
So at the moment,
We're ready to go.
fantastic. At the moment, I think the plan is in June we'll come back and talk to you guys about some of the stuff coming with
Yeah,
the
that'd be
update. Because we spoke about some of that in December, like some of the devastation. And,
Yes.
I didn't know I could put that voice on. But we'll come back and we'll talk a bit more comprehensively about some of the stuff you can expect to see there. But I saw it in chat. We do have one last clip for Lords of the End Times.
It's thankful.
So,
It's thankful.
we have a fantastic voice actor for Boris Todbringer lined up.
Never
You're going to
mind.
be hearing loads of his voice when you're issuing orders on campaign and in battle. However, when you load into a custom battle, you're going to see that there's 2 Boris Todbringer voice options. There's the original one, which you know and love, and then there's one more.
Oh my god. This is the guy. Fuck, what was this guy from?
Shut up, Ben!
I forgot what this guy was from, but he dressed up as Todbringer a while ago. I forgot his name.
Beautiful.
That's kind of fun that they got him back.
Boris
Yeah,
Todbringer!
that's fun.
Pace! None shall live!
That's pretty fun. I forgot his name, though.
Hate Kazrak One Eye. I know we can't. I know we can't. But for me, can we all just have one? It's
That's
me,
funny.
Toddy! Just like this one. It never gets used.
There it is.
So there we go.
Wow, no
has
thankful.
been,
Okay.
One of the hardest secrets to keep, but it is exciting, and they'll also. I think we've heard recently that there'll be about 2/3 of the ad-libbed lines that Angori Tom gave in the recording studio, and he gave a lot. About 2/3 of them will make it into the game. Some of them just a little too hot to handle, but others will just about sneak in. So look forward to that, and that will be part coming along with Boris Todbringer. So we've got all of our information there. More in May on the Tiger Warriors. That's why it says more in May. More in June on the Lords of the End Times. So we have our last game, and then we'll be doing Community Inbox. I've seen a few people interested in us talking about this one as we've gone through the stream. So welcome. And you've perfectly sat in the positions that I prepared for.
Seamless, absolutely seamless.
So people haven't seen you guys in a while. So Dave, we last streamed together 7 years ago.
It was a while.
And Kev, we did
Rome one. Yeah, yeah.
So welcome to the stream. Welcome to Total Show and Tell.
It's warm in here.
It is very hot.
It's crazy.
I don't know how Rich and Sean managed that with the the heavy jumpers.
And the sad thing about that video is we didn't get to say big thank you to Rich and Sean for coming on. But I'm
Thank
sure
you,
chat will show
Rich and Sean.
So, who are you guys? Dave, starting with you. Who are you and what are you doing on Total Warhammer 40,000?
What are you doing? Who are you? Hiya. Yeah, so I'm David Petrie. I am the battle product owner for Total War. So basically, I look after the when and the what are the features that we're building across all of the super exciting games that we're doing. Of course, with a really big focus at the moment, as you might expect, on Total War Warhammer 40,000. So yeah. Also, massive 40k nerd, so this is this is a dream. Very, very orc-oriented is how I'd describe myself. We don't have to talk about interests or anything.
No.
Okay, all right, okay, thank God.
No,
it's orcs.
Hello, I'm Kevin. I am the art director on Warhammer 40,000. I think it's fair to say that I'm a Total War veteran. 26 years making Total War games.
You were the man who did the spin in the December video, right?
That's right.
Jesus, 26 years. Holy shit.
I'm secretly behind every developer in the studio, just lurking.
Dramatic Kev.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So the first question I had is a more broad one of how's development going?
Oh.
I'll throw that out to the room.
We're cooking. We're cooking. We're busy away. Yeah. There's a lot of passion, a lot of fire. I think to get something really, really awesome done. So yeah.
So I think the team is really actively moving. We're making a ton of progress right now.
Let them cook.
Battlefields, as far as I'm concerned, are pretty much in the bag, and campaign is making great progress. So.
Mm-hmm. And
I want to see some gameplay
so today
though.
we will be showing off one of the spoilers, I guess, but one of the planets, and we'll be showing off 3 battlefield flybys. Just for those at home, what's the level of polish that we'll be seeing on the assets that we share today?
So I'll let Dave speak to the battle stuff. From what we're seeing on campaign, we captured it a few weeks ago. It is, I would say, relatively early, but it's definitely showing the intent of where we want to go visually with the planets.
So the again, I apologize because I captured the footage for this.
Yeah, and what we're going to be seeing on those is mostly the background artwork. So on top of that, there's a layer of there's the shroud and the region borders and all this kind of and the user interface, etc., etc. So we're not going to take a look at that today.
So the caveats I had is even the build I got here was from a separate branch. So there wasn't the optimization on there that others have. So caveats I have there's optimization work, a load of optimization. There was no optimization on the planet clip because that was exploratory there. It's work in progress. The camera still having work, and I've written down 2 dark planet rear, which I guess will make sense when we get there. So if you're happy, I'll throw us over to the planet.
Yeah, go for it.
So this is the first look at our intent for what a planet's going to look and feel like.
That looks good.
So that's
that looks really good.
Waste planet. So we can see the hive cities on there. We've got road connections. We have everything's a bit kind of sickly. You don't really want to go on vacation there with your mom or your kids.
On your own then.
On your own. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a solo trip.
Yeah. So this is one of our planet types. Our planets are kind of mix and match. We've got what we call biomes, which is the overall terrain type. So we've got arid biomes, temperate biome, ice biome, waste biome, and then we also have on top of the planet we have different kind of civilizational types.
Okay.
So this is a hive planet. So we can see the hive cities on it.
So obviously the intent is to have like a spectrum of world types present, right? And obviously hives classically, they've got those hive cities on them, and then the waste that they produce causes a bit of a problem for the rest of the planet, right? But then also we are going to be looking at like frontiers and civilized worlds, etc., which are also sort of mainstay planet types that are within the galaxy. So there's all sorts of different planets with different purpose that the Imperium has constructed.
Jesus.
Sometimes lost.
Often
lost. Sometimes forgotten. Sometimes forgotten. It takes a long time for that bureaucracy train to work. So representing all of that is the goal here.
and just for everybody watching the stream, Dave is a designer. I'm an artist. You'll see me like talking about art nonstop, and that's my obsession.
So the question I have then that will maybe hit both of you in a different interpretation is, what was the biggest challenge in trying to capture a whole planet?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not just about capturing a planet, because what we're really trying to do here is we're making a planet, we're making a Total War planet, we're making a Warhammer 40,000 planet. So we have to get the confluence of all those different items. This isn't just like planet Earth or Mars or whatever. So we really want to get the feeling that you're playing a Total War game, that there's a familiarity when you're playing it. Also, there's all of the background story with 40K that we need to get in. So our challenge really is getting all those things, and normally that's challenging enough for when we're doing that on a 2D map. But now everything's getting wrapped around a ball. So our lives have been made kind of easy, and a lot of our process is very similar to making the 2D maps because of our tool chain that we've developed. So the designers and the coders have got a tool that allows us to place things quite easily, and we don't have to manually go in and do that.
So we promised we'd talk a little bit about scale here then. So I'll ask effectively the same question to you with a different flavour of it. If I'm a player, what is it like to try and capture a whole planet?
So you're going to be fighting through region to region, basically on these continents, with the aim of basically capturing like a key region or a key location within that. And across those conflicts, you're going to be encountering all sorts of different scale of civilization and what's the word, like density of the maps, etc. So it gives a really cool opportunity for you to sort of encounter like more desolate, wastelandy places, like you can imagine when you end up fighting on the perimeters of these hives. You're going to have like these wasteland battles effectively that are pretty much empty, right? Like some bits punctuating things, but largely it's pretty desolate out there, bar a few points of interest. And then of course when you work your way towards and into an actual hive, you're going to be fighting these much more dense, much more sort of like choke point oriented battles. But we'll get into a little bit of that soon, I'm sure.
Then, it's a great idea of then how I'm taking a planet. How many planets would be in a system?
A number of planets. More than one. More than one.
Well, it could be one.
It could be one. It's possible. It's possible to be one, but that's again strength of the tool set.
I would say it's going to be a handful of planets. It's not going to be like dozens and dozens of planets in the system. So it'll
How many can you fit in your hand? Fantastic. Then my last question on this bit before we move on to the battlefields. Then. What are the next steps? So what they've seen here is a capture from a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
What are the next steps internally for this planet? Where do you go from here?
So this planet we're kind of done this planet in terms of all the content that we need to make. So like the prototype basic hive waste planet is done. We've got all the components now that feed into our planet making system, so we can make many different versions of this planet, infinite versions. We can also mix this biome, so we can have hive ice planets, hive arid planets, etc. So we've been working through all of the different planet types. The team is essentially going to be done next week with all the planet types. After that, we have been developing the actual systems. So we have a pretty good. You can see in the background when I talk about the system, we're talking about where all the planets are living, and there's a star, and there's all the nebula and the backdrop. So we have a pretty good basis for that already, but we're going to spend the next month or so with the campaign art team focusing on all that stuff.
Fantastic. Then should we talk about some battles?
Let's talk about battles.
So we have 3 maps. So we revealed as part of our announced trailer we had a hive map, which upper hive delta,
upper hive plateau.
So close. So upper hive plateau, and we did see the community kind of saying, "Oh, that's a lot of things on the map, right?" And when we're doing trailers and stuff, we do try and get.
Okay, I have to go. I'm literally looking at the time while I'm doing this. I can't watch this. Everyone, you can go watch it wherever, I suppose, but I actually genuinely have to go. I mean, it's cool. I'm not gonna say much. I'm not gonna say much, but like, when this 40K stuff gets done, I'm sure it's gonna be popping. I do have to go though. Like, legitimately, I have to leave. I'm running late. I will be on later this afternoon. I'll leave the stream in the chat if you want to go watch like the actual live stream. There you go. But I will be on later. So everyone, peace. You said at 12. I have to leave right now because I have to get out. I have to go shower and do a few. Yes, I gotta go. Everyone be well. Sorry that it was so short. Sorry I'm not like speaking much. I just have to go. I'm stressing over leaving. I have to leave. So I'll see you later. Be well, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you then. Peace.